Welcome everybody to the latest edition of Speak Your Piece.
Edit!
Right. I'm gonna restart this. Yeah, let's just clip this shit. All right. Welcome everybody to the latest edition of Speak Your Piece. My name is Evan Hoy, and sitting alongside of me is Paul Shapiro, back from being a dad, first time dad. And then we got Eric Guzman joining us back in the building here. And
What up?
we got Jeremy off camera. He's controlling the board, but he's still going to be chiming in on some topics here. So please make sure you guys are following us on your art.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Hey, listen, man. I tried to switch with you, but I forgot I'm not board operator, so I can't.
We're still
At least
gonna
not
be
here.
so we can still talk shit. We got a lot of shit to talk to Jeremy about his Spartans this week. So yeah, we'll talk about it.
Why
So
you feeling very criminalish?
I feel it's almost like you're being assaulted or something like that.
Shit.
So
Damn, man, you sure you?
Only about
Well, wait a
7
minute.
players.
Time out.
you got one felony on there.
I said there's a felony.
You got one felony in there.
I mean, that's your
Okay.
boy, man. You could have jumped in and be like, no, don't do it.
No.
Yeah. No. Oh my God, Kevin.
I don't know what beating was worse, the fucking the MSU beating or the fucking Adam 22 no jumper beating.
Woo.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Evan's got a show to run here.
It's
so.
all good. It's all good. I didn't even know. Like I saw the clip with
How
Adam
did that
20.
even start?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I was
Who was even on that?
yeah.
Who was even on that?
underground. Under some underground guys.
Oh, okay. I just saw Adam 22 saying oh shit.
No, I just
Like,
remember.
started, like,
No,
oh my
Adam
God.
was on his phone when he initially started. Like he's having the interview. He looks at his phone. Then just like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "That's what happens when you don't pay attention, buddy."
Right. All right, everybody. So make sure you guys are following our Instagram at SpeakerPiece313, Facebook Speak Your Piece, YouTube Speak Your Piece, and TikTok. I know, right? SpeakerPiece_podcast. I know, right? I know, right?
Going for him,
It's been
right?
3 weeks. It's good.
It's been shaking off the rust a little bit, but I want to check in with everybody. We just passed Thanksgiving here, so Eric, I'm gonna start off with you, man. How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Well, first and foremost, long time no see, everybody.
Oh,
Glad to be back here with you guys for the first time in a long time. Well, Paul and I have worked with each other a little bit, but
Yeah.
as far as Evan and Jeremy, it's been a while since we've all been back here. Shit, man. Thanksgiving was great. Thanksgiving was good. You know, again, full, fat, and happy. Can't really complain that much. Still eating leftovers, going on the second day straight of leftovers, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Second day leftovers still slap.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I think we need to get to around maybe 4 or 5 days. That's when
No,
it
I think
kinda-
after 3 for me, it's like, all right, dog. Like,
Yeah, I think 3's a cutoff for anything.
like 3 days, like legitimately 3 days. So you have that Sunday after
They give
Sunday.
you so much though.
Bro, get the fuck out of here. Like the wife, the wife and I, shout out to the wife, running a little bit behind today, which is why I was here a little late today. But I went and got her some breakfast real quick, and I'm waiting in line. I'm like, oh God, I said, just make me something to eat. Can you pack me up a lunch? And I'm thinking she's gonna find me a frozen dinner. She goes, this is what we got right here. All this leftovers and shit. You're taking it all home. I was like, just ate this shit yesterday and Thursday.
Yep.
Clean out that fridge, man.
Yep.
I'm telling you, dog, cleaning out a fridge is the most important thing you have to do post Thanksgiving.
Oh, big facts.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Big facts. Paul, what about you, man? How have you been adjusting to new fatherhood?
Yes, congratulations to me,
thank
by
you.
the way.
It's definitely an adjustment.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first, right?
My first, her second.
Okay.
Because her first kid's 16, so it's kind of like a big gap, a little bit.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But no, it's good. Yeah, he's actually a really good baby. He just fucking sleeps 90% of the time.
He's a baby.
Yeah. So he doesn't cry though, for this
he
random.
really
cry.
does not. But
He just cries when he's hungry.
he knows how to let him loose, though.
Oh yeah.
As soon as
I'm
I
afraid.
held him yesterday, I was like, "Oh Lord!" I was like, "Whoo!"
But yeah, no, he's good. It's just we try to do half and half. We take shifts. We try to at least.
Shifts.
So
Clock in.
yeah, clock in. All right, baby.
punch
Come
in,
on.
punch out.
But no, he's it's all good. And then we ate a lot on Thanksgiving. We showed him to the family for the first time at Thanksgiving. So
That's dope, man. That's dope.
yeah.
Jeremy, man, what about you? How was
Yeah.
your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was spent at the house, just chilling.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got high the night before.
Damn.
I had shit the night before.
I want to hear about this one real quick. So what the hell happened?
So I had those Mike Tyson gummies. Has anybody seen those?
The ears?
Yes.
Oh shit.
The ears. So it's Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yes, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield came up together with this collaboration for edibles, and it's an ear-shaped
Fucking
thing.
amazing.
That's fucking hilarious. So, anyways, keep going in regards to that.
It was pretty good. Like I liked it. Of course, my girl did like half of it because
She had half an ear.
She had half an ear, which I thought was fucked up. I took the whole one. So I'm just sitting there, just fucking building Legos and shit. And she's like, oh shit. I'm
Building Legos?
I know, grown ass adult shit right here. So we're just building Legos.
That's when you know you're high. Honey, what do you want to do? I don't want to eat nothing. I don't want to watch nothing.
Oh, no, we got into that afterwards.
I want to fucking build Legos.
He's like, I busted out the G.I. Joes and the Barbies afterwards.
Watching My Little Pony in the background.
Over here playing with your game. Pew, 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 pew.
We're building Legos. And like, it hasn't kicked in for me yet. It says 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm expecting the full 45 minutes.
I'm telling you, Doug.
She's just like, oh shit, I feel it.
She said, "Oh shit."
It's like, are you not high right now? I'm like, no, not really. It's like, it says 30 to 45 minutes. Like, I know that's how long it's gonna take because I've had a couple before, so it actually takes that longer period for them to like fully kick in for me. When it kicked in for me, I'm like, oh, all right.
Oh lord.
now-
Oh lord.
All right, so now all I want to do is just sit here and watch TV. Sit there and watch football for like 3 hours. She's over here giggling her ass off. We brought snacks in and shit and everything. I'm telling you, I brought everything. Got chips, chocolate brownies,
Beans, greens,
cookies.
hams, tomato.
I mean,
Everything that he ain't supposed to have right now.
Right.
Yeah, basically everything you're not supposed to have. I just poured it all on the table and we just like vegged out on all that shit.
God damn.
And then fucking went in the bedroom and just passed out.
I had edibles like a few times in life, but after one, I had 2 bad experiences.
Never again.
Never again. I won't go into them because the first one's funny. I think I've told you guys before on the story, or on the air, but I'll tell it one more time for shits and giggles. I went with one of my friends from back in like my college days, and we went to go see Get Out.
Oh.
Wait a minute, now wait.
No.
Oh, hell.
Now I had a little bit. It was like one of those fruit roll up like edibles, right? So me and my friend, we split it. All right, yo, here's this one, and it really wasn't that much. So I was like, all right, cool. And I brought a joint, so we smoked a joint on top of that before we went to the movie theater. Dog, I'm in the movie theater, and I know I'm high from the joint, but I'm fucking killing this popcorn, dog. This fucking popcorn's gone in like legit 15, 20 minutes. I was like, oh shit, right? All of a sudden they get to the part where like she's stirring the spoon. Dog, and I'm over here like, I hear, because the way how they did the sound was like you hear it from the back first and then it works its way up. I'm like, yo, like, looking around. Who the fuck has a spoon over here that just spins away? So next thing you know, I'm just like, oh shit, it's the movie. Like, finally it all clicks in. And when she does that snap shit and he sinks into the couch, I fucking screamed in the middle of the movie theater. I was like, ah! But wait, then what was so funny though, right? I'm covering my mouth, but then I get myself together and I'm looking around, I'm like, yo, no, who was that?
Yeah, who the fuck screaming?
Right. Fucking pussy.
Right.
Yo,
Just
shut the fuck
chill.
up. Yo,
She has the spoon.
Right. The other time was a little more graphic than that, so I won't go into detail.
Oh
on that.
man.
And the last, I'll just say about the last one, I blame my mother. That's all I can tell you.
Blame,
Wait, what?
blame
All
mama.
right, all right,
I can't
all right.
blame Mama on this.
All right,
Mama.
so I'll go into detail real quick, and I know we have shit to get into, but so we went out for Mother's Day a few years ago, and my mom wanted to go to P.F. Chang's. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem, we'll do that. Next thing you know, my mom was, we come home after eating, and it's like 6, 7 o'clock, Mother's Day this year, and my mom goes, she goes, I've never done it before. I want to do edibles with my kids. So my brother.
How many
myself-
mamas you know? How many mamas you know say that though?
Right. And so my mom,
Right.
so my mom was like, yeah. She's like, I've never done it. Let's do it all as a family. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Oh.
Family bonding.
This ruined. So I had one of those Butterfinger ones. This ruined Butterfinger for me on all regular levels, right? So I eat it, and like I said, I only had like a little bit, right? Man, you know you're high when you start giggling out of nowhere. right. So then start giggling out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, I'm high, whatever.
It's a
right?
strong indicator.
So then wait a minute. So then after that, I feel my heartbeat start to get. So then I start going into panic mode.
I got a
go
pain
from
in my
laugh
chest.
to panic. I'm like,
I got a pain in my
"Dog, I don't
chest."
feel right. I don't feel right. Well, my dad, God bless my dad, was fucking in the basement where he used to do his computer work. Get high on his own terms and everything like that, right? So I was like, I'm gonna go chill with my dad. He'll help me calm down. So I'm sitting there with my dad. I'm like, yo, I'm bugging. I don't like how I'm feeling. My dad goes, just relax, calm down. You're okay. It's just the weed, right? All of a sudden, I feel the urge to throw up.
Oh, here we go.
But this edible that I had is so strong, I'm slumped. I can't move. I literally cannot physically bring myself to fucking move. So I'm in the little recliner we got like this, and I was over here like rocking, or like trying not to rock, but kind of rocking. I'm just like, I'm gonna chunk. I'm gonna fucking chunk, and sure enough, it all just came out right.
Ooh.
So my dad, hey man, what the fuck? he's like, get your ass up and go fucking clear. I was like, I can't move. Bro, like after that was the worst. But I will tell you, after that point in time, I slept like a fucking baby.
After that,
fucking blew, chunked my brains out and everything. I slept like a rock. I was like, what happened last night?
Oh man.
All right, so gentlemen, where the fuck do we want to begin? We have a lot after all that.
Yeah. All right. So after Thanksgiving, all right. So we're gonna start. Obviously, how we start off, we're gonna start with the grim news here. So obviously, since we've been off these last few weeks here, there unfortunately has been a lot of passing here. I know last time we met, we talked about Takeoff's passing as well, and how monumental that was. But yeah, we had a few deaths. Aaron Carter passed.
Shocker. That one was kind of a shocker.
Yeah, that one's surprising. I believe he was 31.
He's been going through it for a while though.
Yeah, my wife like loves Backstreet Boys, and obviously Nick Carter's part of Backstreet Boys, so she was kind of following the Aaron Carter stories, and she went down a rabbit hole a little bit with it.
He had a drug issue for quite a while.
Yeah, he went through a lot of he had a lot of mental health issues, a lot of addiction issues, and I think he was found by his housemaid, and his housemaid was taken in. She was a homeless person that he was helping to kind of get back up on her feet. So there's a lot of theories out here, but nonetheless, he was I think it was an overdose is what he passed from.
Yeah, I don't think any official details have come out of that.
Yeah, nothing yet. I know autopsies take a little bit of time.
He was 34, and 2 weeks later.
34, thank you.
His son's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, and his son was really young too, like less than 2 years old, I think. Jason Frank, aka the Green Ranger, he passed due to suicide, and I believe he was in his
late 40s.
Yeah, late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, 49, I believe, is what they had him listed as age of death.
And as you guys know, Green Ranger, Power Rangers was iconic. And everybody loved the Green Ranger. Had this little
my childhood,
sword flute, I guess you can call it. Yeah. And then Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, who's
voiced a lot of video game characters.
A lot of video game characters, and it's crazy to see all of our childhood idols are going. Then improv comedian Gallagher, he passed as well. And then
I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
I knew of the name, but I didn't know him specifically. So.
Yeah, best known for smashing watermelon during his comedy shows.
Reminds me of Chappelle's show.
Yeah, obviously Chappelle did a little spin-off on that one. And then also I want to talk about 3 Virginia football players passing: Devin Chandler, Lavelle Davis Jr., and Deshaun Perry. All were gunned down by a former Virginia player during a shooting. So
they were coming back from a field trip, from what I recall. Like it was a field trip to like some type of museum.
And I
guess from my understanding, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong as far as details go. But to my understanding, I think they had it to where somebody was on the bus already. The shooter, if I'm not mistaken, was on the bus, or was kind of like somebody he was kind of working with was on the bus. Because they made it sound like he had help getting it accomplished as well too. So I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but still tragic information on that one as well too.
Yeah, he said they were shot and killed. Authorities, this is coming from ESPN. Authorities said the suspect in the shooting, identified as Christopher Darnell Jones Jr., was apprehended without incident just before 11 a.m. in Henrico County, Virginia. He was arrested and charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the commission of a felony. He was listed as a freshman running back on the team's 2018 roster, and his roster bio noted that he previously played at Petersburg High School and Varina High School in Virginia. That is just, it's insane. So, guys, I want to get your takes. Paul, I'm going to start with you. This is kind of like that one episode where we had a lot of passings, unfortunately. So, Paul, I want to get your take on all of these passings.
Well, starting with the last one, that one's just insane. That's just unnecessary to say it. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's crazy. It's happening more and more often now, unfortunately, and it's just horrible. But with JDF, that one hit hard. Was an idol, White Ranger. I remember as White Ranger from the movie, first movie. And then Aaron Carter, that one's a shame too. He was getting he was trying to turn it around. I know he went through the rehab program a few times, but I know his last one kind of stuck with them. So I'm just sad that he had a relapse again and then go through that. This sucks, but everything, too many deaths.
Yeah, way too many
deaths.
Jeremy, your take on some of these as well? So,
Man, the Gallagher one I didn't know about. That one was weird. I don't know too much about him. All I know is, like you said, the watermelon smash. I mean, I'm sure he had his market where he was funny and everything like that. But as Paul said, that Jason David Franklin, that hit hard, especially knowing the details afterwards, all that stuff. I don't know if you guys care to know about it.
No,
I'll leave it at what was reported. At
Yeah.
The suicide thing,
It was really gruesome, like to know that's how everything went down. But Aaron Carter, as you said, he was getting his life back together. I know he was trying to get back in the studio, get an album going, get the music back.
They actually did release an album. It wasn't. It was supposed. He was supposed to. It was supposed to get released on his birthday, but the people, his record label or whatever, just released it. Posthumous, and then they showed a video of Nick Carter like performing on stage, like right after his passing, and I couldn't even fathom doing that, man.
Well, yeah, I think they showed that video where like the Backstreet Boys kind of like did it as a group, and hey, because obviously, like you said, Nick is part of the Backstreet Boys. Aaron was like their little brother, so they kind of paid homage to him as well. Also, kind of going to what Paul was saying though earlier too. Some other things we haven't covered, which again we only have so much time, but there's been a whole bunch of mass shootings this week in general. Kind of like what Paul was saying as well too, just the fact that they're starting to just get literally, it's starting to become like every day there's something. And I seen something a couple days ago from either, I want to say the New York Times or the Washington Post, where literally all last week there was a shooting every day. It averaged out to be a shooting every.
One that was crazy was that Walmart one.
The Walmart one is nuts too. The fact that it was the manager, and I guess he, like, literally just kind of for him just snapped. Like, he was in there, he was fine, went into the break room, and then after that just committed the act that he did. So just thoughts and prayers out to everybody. Just the only thing you can really say at this point in time is check on your loved ones somehow, shape, way, or form. Got to check on everybody, man. Just because the world that we're in right now, it's just not normal. That's all I can tell you right now. This shit is not normal. The things we're going through. So
it shouldn't be routine like it is.
And you shouldn't be numb to it either. That's the whole thing too. Is like the fact that at the rate we're seeing people and shootings passing, it's like you wake up every day and all right, there's another one. Like that's what it's getting to. There's no even sense of like
I don't watch the news anymore.
Sorrow to it anymore.
It has to be like an all-star year of deaths. Like the most that I've seen.
I think the first year of 2020.
I was just gonna say 2020 was pretty heavy with it too. Obviously, coronavirus. A lot of people weren't in the
A lot of people were passing at that point in time. That was like family and friends. So that
Yeah.
made it a little bit deeper versus now it's kind of been, idols, if you will, or like higher ups that, left an imprint. So it's like that point in time is kind of like catching up with like age and other issues as well. Also,
So as we do here, guys, I wanted to do kind of an extended moment of silence for all the victims that were involved with the mass shootings, as well as the celebrities that we just mentioned that were passing. So, guys, please, moment of silence. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys for that. Once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone that is affected by the death of the celebrities and the victims in those mass shootings. All right, guys. Moving on to more positive news. Where do you guys want to start? You guys want to start basketball, football?
I think you got to start football. If we're talking Thanksgiving and everything, you got to talk about
We-
the Thanksgiving game.
You got to talk.
That fucking game. That fucking game.
You know what?
I can go off on that game. I can go off.
I am actually somewhat impressed. I'm actually somewhat
Sorry,
impressed by
camera
the
work.
Lions these last few games.
Okay.
I'm very impressed.
Oh, okay. Sorry, don't mind me.
All good, all good, all good.
I dropped my phone, so I had Jeremy.
Oh, my phone. I've been impressed with the Lions these last few weeks. You know, pulling out the dub against the
I'm about to go on a
Giants.
tangent, so y'all can go
and
first,
then,
and then I'll go.
And then,
I got
and
some
then
ammo.
the only reason why they won against the Bears is because Gould missed that extra point. And then, you know, against the Bills, they put up a hard-fought Bills team, but you could tell that Josh Allen was a little injured. Goff is not. I'll say this: Goff is not the quarterback of our future. I'm still standing by that. But Goff has played pretty decently.
Fairly well, yeah.
Yeah. He's done what
That's why I
he's
said
needed.
fairly well.
He's done what
Fairly
he's
well.
needed him
Game
to do.
manager.
Yes.
Yeah. So
If that.
I think so. I think that he is doing what he needs to do. Obviously, we cannot. Our run defense is absolute trash, as Josh Allen ran over us. Even Danny Dimes kind of ran over us a little bit there. And of course, you had Justin Fields literally running all over us, busting out that 67-yard touchdown run.
Well, Justin Fields has been having a career rush here. for
And
him,
yeah,
so
now he's
that
out
boy's
with
been running.
yeah. So
He had the most rush yards in a game for a quarterback, too.
Yeah, I think
Was
he's
it
on average to
178
break the
or some
record
shit?
some
he's
shit
out.
like that, yeah.
He's out. He separated his shoulder.
I thought you said he didn't separate his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's questionable, but it was first reported that he separated his shoulder. But now Lions are 4-7, one win above last year already. All right. And I'm gonna pull up some the records that we pulled up here. Or
Well,
that
while you're doing that, I want to get Jeremy's reaction to this Lions game.
I can't be mad at him at this loss. I really can't. I'm impressed with how they've done the past, couple games. They've honestly been showing out a little bit more. 3-game win streak. I mean, you can't complain about that at all.
I feel a whole nother way.
I mean,
Paul's take is going to be
I
great.
still don't have a ton of confidence in Aaron Glenn, but I will give him credit.
We're still last in the league in defense.
Yes, I will give him credit. He
Atrocious.
is listening to his players and seeing what he can do more to help. But as you said, Jared Goff is not our quarterback of the future. Hopefully,
But I think that's been
Hooker
sorry.
or Bryce Young.
Bryce Young's going number one. He's going to Texans.
Yeah, we fucked that up. We fucked that up real bad.
I mean, the Rams might not fuck that up even more.
Yeah.
Potentially, we could be back in there at 3. We never know. I mean, we're sitting
Who
at
knows?
6 right now, 5, 6.
Yeah.
For their draft pick.
But I feel like the conversation with Jeff Goff has been said. Like, you kind of just got him because of the Matt Stafford trade. So it's kind of like
Even in LA, they knew something was wrong. That's why they were willing to give him up plus the 2 first-round picks.
remember he initially had issues the first year with what's the coach's name in St. Louis? Jeff Fisher at that point in time. When they were playing in St. Louis, Jeff Fisher was the coach, and people were questioning him being a bust. Then I believe when they let Jeff Fisher go, and I believe that's when Sean McVay first came in St. Louis, he kind of helped turn Jared Goff's success around. So
Trying to bang his wife.
Hey,
pipe it down. But yeah, so it's just with Jared Goff, you have to look at it from the degree that he's just been very inconsistent the entire his entire career. He's got one good year, one bad or a couple bad years, has a resurgence, and then it's just up and down. It's too inconsistent, and for the NFL, inconsistency is not going to give you
Is the death of your career.
outside of availability.
Right. And then plus he can't throw the deep ball. He has no arm strength.
Nope.
It's always those those small little, slants, little out routes, all of those little routes. That's what he's doing. He's nickel and diming the defense, and it's not going to get him anywhere. Thank God for St. Brown and Chark and Williams and Swift.
He's up on chart.
but Williams hasn't played yet.
Jamal
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Jamal Williams. I'm talking.
Jameson. I'm talking about Jameson.
I'm talking Jamal Williams.
Oh,
like, yeah, I'm talking Jamal.
Too many
Sorry.
Williams on the team.
Yeah.
All right, relax.
So, but you know,
DeAndre Swift had a fairly decent game on Thursday.
I got some thoughts about
I
D
said
Swift.
fairly.
I got
Fairly.
some. I got some
Fairly.
thoughts about D Swift, but
Listen to what I'm saying. Fairly decent.
Fairly.
all right.
For
So
him.
So
Paul, let
I
her
want to hear
rip.
Paul's tangent.
What
So
grinds
pretty
Paul's
much-
gears segment?
What we
Newborn babies. No.
we fucked. Okay, I'm glad we got those 3 wins. Cool, great, wonderful. We fucked up our draft now. We just completely fucked up our future. Because A, we don't know how to draft anything besides offensive players that are good. The last good defensive guy we got is Aiden. We don't know how he's going to turn out after this year.
We got Panay Sewell.
Well, he's an offensive line guy.
Besides offense, we don't know how to draft defense.
Oh, that's true. Well, we got Akuda, but he was out for the first 2 years pretty much.
Now, Goff is just, we need to get rid of him. Let's get rid
I
of
think
him.
this is last
Glenn,
year.
we need to fucking fire him right
Yes,
now.
Glenn needs to go.
Like, what? I don't know why we fired that one assistant coach for no reason. The
oh my
D-backs
God.
coach.
Yes.
Okay, so why wouldn't you fire the coordinator who helped made him given the scheme to make him bad?
That's Dan Campbell's guy.
Yeah, no, he's just. I don't know why
But
Martha
weren't they
Ford.
all his guys?
Well, yeah, but
They're all his
Yeah.
guys.
if you're at your job right now, are you gonna let your best friend go, or are you gonna go?
No, at this point in time, you're both on the fucking hot seat. Like,
No, Aaron Glenn
I
should have
think-
already been gone.
Aaron Glenn is on the hot seat. Dan Campbell his seat is cooling down.
I mean, he's been rubbing Sheila's feet for a while, so you know.
I don't know why, but either way, Aaron Glenn needs to go. Goff needs to fucking go. Like, he should have already been gone 3 years ago. I don't care that we got him from Stafford. Cool, great.
got him last
Trade his
year.
ass.
Yeah,
Fuck,
sign
put
and
in
trade.
whoever. Anyone's better than Goff. He can't do a deep ball to save his fucking life past
wait a
20
minute, I've
yards.
had this conversation with these guys before, and they wouldn't even take Jimmy G.
Well, I have a take on this.
Then
Well, go ahead, Paul.
people
We're all
okay,
fired up.
I'm glad that Williams is getting all these touchdowns. Cool, great. He's getting 1.5 yards a carry, bro, if that.
That's what I'm saying. It's
He's
all
he's
goal
fucking
line.
they're
It's
dick
all
riding
goal.
him like he's the next great Lions running back. He's a goal line, and he's just and Swift is just as big as him, but Swift's been injured, so they're not trying to get him on the goal line touches.
All right.
Swift just does the dirty work.
So, Paul, let me ask you this in this degree. Let's give it 3 years here. The next 3 years. What do you expect to see the Lions have accomplished in the next 3 years?
Next year is Campbell's last 3-year plan deal. So if he makes it past next year,
Which I think he will.
which
I
he
think
might,
I think he will because again, like after the bad start, after the reports were coming out that he was going to get replaced mid-season, like he's really kind of like gotten his shit together.
yeah.
So I don't think he'll be gone after next year. I think he'll be there for the next.
So in the
3
next
years.
3 years, it just depends on who we draft as a quarterback. Because
I think, yeah.
again, we fucked up our position. But yeah, it's cool that we won. But like we should have just fucking played how we usually play and fuck
Hendon
up.
Hooker, second round, baby.
Yeah.
So let me okay.
And we shouldn't go
He
after
just,
an injured
he just
quarterback.
got injured. Yeah,
I know, but guess what? He's injured. That's
But we
not-
like
We're
to
not doing
draft
it.
injured players.
we're
Like,
not doing
right
the
there.
we're not doing
Who
the
was it you're
Jameson
talking
Williams
about?
things.
Hendon Hooker from
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Oh, you just got- yeah.
So
he was going to be a Heisman, but
So,
fucked
Jeremy,
up.
you have the Lions going 5-12. Eric, we didn't update this since the last time we talked about this.
Okay.
You had the Lions going 9-8. I have them going 5-12, and you have them going 4-13.
I was a little too optimistic because
like what this 4 win is the last. Like not this past game, but the last game is the last win they're going to get the whole season.
Against the Giants.
No, I think we at least get 3 more.
That's
Against who?
No, who do they
Who?
play? They play Green Bay.
Play Green Bay.
Green
You
Bay
gotta
ain't gonna
play
let them win
Minnesota
twice.
again.
Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna let them win twice.
Got the Jags.
And they're going to be playing at Lambeau? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers is gonna be too pissed off.
This is a different type of Green Bay Packers we're talking about.
It don't matter. Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers.
All right.
We've mentioned that before.
so we got Jags,
That they might win that one.
Win. Come on.
Vikings,
Maybe.
They're pissed off after this Thanksgiving Day game.
Should be pissed off because he sucked.
Jags, Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers.
Jets, come on.
Hey, don't say Jets.
Hey, Milf
Jets
Hunter
have been
might be
playing
back by
really
that
fucking
point.
Good.
No, you got Mike White.
Well, that's if Mike White doesn't fuck up and they put. Zach
Where's
Wilson.
Flacco?
They decided not to start him.
Yeah.
They went with Mike White over Joe Flacco.
Well,
I
Mike.
know Joe Flacco.
Well,
He's a solid back.
The thing about
Backup.
Zach Wilson though is that Jets are 5-2 under him when he plays.
But the dude can't take accountability for shit.
Yeah,
Well, he's a rookie.
So Jaguars.
No,
So
he's not.
I think
Second year.
Second year. So all right. So
Might
Jaguars.
as well be a rookie. He didn't really play much last year.
So all right, Jaguars. You guys are thinking W.
I don't know. That's a gimme. That's a trap. Is it at Jaguars?
Jacksonville has been playing a
wanna
lot
buy
better
tickets.
after Urban Meyer's been gone, so it's kind of hard to say.
They have a pretty decent offense. I'll give them that. Trevor Lawrence is not atrocious.
All right. So we got
He can throw a ball pretty
All right,
good.
so just
the
real
next
quick,
2 games are home. So we got Jaguars and Vikings at home.
I say 1-1. I'll take
Vikings are
I'll
gonna
take
kill
the
us.
Jackson one. Vikings is going to be an L, especially because you got what's his name coming back to the Lions, and he's going to want to show out like, oh, this is why you guys didn't want to fucking pay me. All right, bet. What was it, Hawkinson?
Fucking Hawkinson. God
Yeah,
damn it.
I say at
That
least
pissed me
for
off.
the next 2 games, 1-1. You split it.
I say it's a solid split as well.
Maybe 1-1. I gotta see if Jeff Okuda is back. I think
He's in concussion protocol.
if he's back,
If Jeff Okuda was back during the Bills game, he would have had a better shot of guarding Diggs on that 38-yard pass that they had
I
like
don't know,
20-something
dude.
seconds.
We have an atrocious secondary.
We
Even
do,
with
we do.
Even
But I'm
with
just-
Okuda, like we have an atrocious secondary.
So we need to draft secondary. That's if, as to your point, that's if you draft.
There's that one. I
that's
think
the
they're
thing,
projecting
you won't.
us to get that one dude from I think Georgia, the safety, or cornerback.
Why do we need another safety? The
Miles-
wrong guy.
yeah.
Because we're right now we're projected like number 6 or 7, or something like that. So we might.
You still need a quarterback though, and again, depending on what happens with like what Jeremy was saying with the Rams.
We still got 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks.
Stroud and Young are going 1-2. That's already that's a given, or if that, yeah. They're not going past 3 though. No, they're both gone by 3.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's get back to this. So we said the first 2 games at home
Split.
is a split. 1-1.
You got at Jets, then at Panthers.
We might get.
I'll give you another split. So
Baker
2-2.
Mayfield looked like trash.
Well, he is trash. That's your boy.
Says that sweater.
Your boy is trash.
This is
That
when he was with
I ain't
Cleveland.
got the fucking sweatshirt.
That is your boy. Yeah, that is your
Back when
boy.
he was with Cleveland and had Odell.
So
You still didn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
I'll call that one a split too.
Okay, so 2 and 2,
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
2-0.
And then you
2-0.
got Bears at home.
Oh, wait, time out. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not.
2
With the Jets and Panthers,
How
they
many-
have a better shot of going.
So
2-0
in the next 4
rather than-
games,
You're
you have them
nuts.
going 3-1.
You're nuts. The Jets' defense this year has been way better than it has in the past.
The secondary's not going to get used. The Jets.
You're
'cause
saying we're
Goff's
gonna
not
win.
Throw the deep
We're
ball.
gonna have 7 wins.
Yes.
You're high.
You are fucking what? Give me your edibles,
Still
bro.
might be high.
You said 5 and 12.
Give me all your edibles right now.
To change my opinion.
Oh my
That's
god.
facts. All right.
All right,
So
so
he's got 3 and.
so I got 2 and 2.
I'm with
in
Eric
4
on
games.
2 and 2.
I got 1 and 2.
So 1 and 3, you mean?
1 and 3. Yeah.
I was like,
Who's your win? Jacksonville?
You got Jacksonville.
Maybe Carolina. I think Carolina. We can win against them.
I say it's the wins are going to be against the Jags and the Panthers.
I'll give you those.
We're going to take care of the Cats, and then
I think we'll win against Carolina.
I'm with Evan on who they would be.
it depends if Panthers are going to start PJ Tucker or Baker. If PJ Tucker comes back,
PJ Tucker is even worse than a game manager. Like, they won't let him throw.
Yeah, no.
yeah, who knows? But we got a horrible secondary.
All right, let's keep going.
Then you got Bears at home. Justin Fields. We're going to see where his injury is.
That's pending. Yeah. So what I'll say for that aspect is, if Justin Fields is out, I'll say 3. I have 3 wins at that point. If he's in,
I'll give him a win. I'll give him a win if he's not playing.
yeah. But if
Yeah.
Justin Fields is in, I think
Yeah.
he's gonna want that payback for losing that close game. He's gonna fucking rush his ass off.
And we've never been good against running quarterback. ever.
Nope.
In the
And then you
history.
got at Packers.
Nope.
We lose to the Packers.
That's
Yep.
an L.
In Lambeau, it's probably going to snow.
Yep.
You already know Aaron Rodgers is good in the snow, and at Lambeau in the snow.
Chicago, you never want to play these people twice, so yeah, we probably lose.
You never want to, but you have to.
That's-
Divisional rivals, you always
Yeah.
got to play
that's the
twice.
worst part.
Yep.
So we got a total of what? Minimal 3 wins. Or
So they're
max
going
3
7 wins.
I'm giving them. I'm giving them 2 wins.
So 6 wins.
If that's being generous. That's being generous. That's
So Paul's got them going.
that's 2 wins if
6.
Fields plays.
Right. or 3 if
or
he doesn't.
I mean,
if he
2
doesn't
if
play.
he doesn't, if Fields doesn't play.
So you got them going 6 and 11 total, right? Because you said just 2 more wins, right?
If Fields doesn't play.
Okay.
So
if
right now, let's count Fields out. Let's say he's not.
Let's say he's out.
then 1 win.
1.
Then 1?
Carolina.
You think? I thought you said
Even with
Jacksonville.
Fields out?
No, well, Fields in.
We're talking Fields out.
Out. Then yeah, 2.
So you got 2 wins?
2 wins, yeah.
Okay. So 6 and 11.
I had 3 wins on top of what they had right now.
All right.
If Fields is out,
So you got 7 and 10.
which
Jeremy?
still isn't too bad, but-
You still want to rely on your edible, or are you sober?
Are you going playoffs run? Playoffs!
Oh, playoffs.
Because at this point, you have them going playoff run, bro.
Wild card run at least. But yeah.
Jesus.
You're out of here.
I got 7 and
You
10.
are
Eric and I
fucking
agree on 7 and
high.
10.
3 and 3.
7 and 10.
So you got 7 and 10.
3 and 3. We just slide in that wild card spot.
You
No,
are
they're not-
fucking
the Lions
high.
are not getting
GTFO. GTFO.
I need the edibles you
All
get, bro.
Those are some strong edibles, bro. Those are really strong edibles.
Kind of going back to the game, like I get what Paul's saying, but you still have. I think you still have to give the Lions
They're building a
their
solid
due
culture.
justice a little bit because again, compared to Lions teams we've seen in the past, they're at least now in the realm of actually competing the entire fucking game.
Well, let's put it this way. In that last drive the Bills had,
Of all of 30 seconds,
Allen needed 1 throw. Our secondary is that bad where we let them get pretty much a good wide open 38-yard
He had a
dime.
40 yeah,
Curry
40.
Joseph was close to getting that ball.
Curry
Like,
Joseph
he
is
was-
atrocious. He's been beaten all game.
But Paul, what I'm saying to the degree is like I'm not knocking what you're saying. By all means, you have a valid point. Like, especially when there's like 40 seconds left on the clock. Like, you want to try and burn that off as much as
I think
you
it was
can.
like
right?
20 seconds, wasn't it?
Some shit. It was
Yeah.
like it was less than a
Way
minute.
too much time for Allen to do
Yeah,
anything.
it was less than a minute. But
It was
What
like
I-
20 something seconds.
what I'm saying is, you do have to at least give the Lions the due justice to the fact that they're competing now.
Yeah, they're competing.
Like, how many fucking games have we seen, especially on Thanksgiving? Oh, it's gonna be a great Thanksgiving. Oh, fucking blowout by fucking halftime. Nobody's watching.
I'll give them that because I thought they were going to get blown out by the Bills. So
I
I'll
thought-
give them. I'll
And
give
you
them
can
that.
s- I mean,
And this year, apparently, nobody saw halftime. So.
so yeah, what that's
Everyone at the stadium saw halftime.
Right.
what did you guys think that halftime? I turned.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. It was trash. It was.
I didn't even know. I've heard of the performer. What's her name?
BB
Rexa?
BB Rexa. I've heard of her. Don't know who the hell she is. But even when I saw that she's gonna perform, I'm like, okay, and like,
Like,
I
why
think
would
that-
they? Why would they put her in the corner of the fucking?
bro, they put her
Stadium.
like where people walk through to
Right.
get
No,
concessions.
you can't
Like,
see her.
Yeah, because I saw like a
Stupid.
TikTok of this guy who was in the stands. He was like, "Yeah, this is our halftime show," and they like zoomed in.
Fucking corner.
That was horrible. That was a horrible job. I
that was
feel.
that was fucking nuts.
Meanwhile,
But
you got the Jonas Brothers in the
at
middle
the Cowboys game.
in the middle of the fucking stadium.
Should have been in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the little fucking teeny boppers.
Yeah, but
were
like
nuts.
that, at least that's like a halftime show. They're in the middle of the fucking stadium.
Yeah, so everybody can see
Yeah.
it.
I think the last good halftime show they had was when Big Sean was there and did it, like was
Yeah.
actually in the stands. Like, at least you got like crowd interaction with it. It was like, all right, cool. You know, you're in the stands. I think he kind of moved around at one point in time, kind of over the same area where BB Rex was at. But again, you start off in the fields or in the crowd so people know where you're at. Versus halftime show, BB Rex. Oh yeah, it makes it look like, and then everyone's like,
Yeah, and then you got like all the drunk fucks walking the concourse, like, hey!
where'd this bitch go?
Is she local? Is she from Detroit?
To
No.
my
No.
to my knowledge, no.
Why
No.
wouldn't you get local people from Detroit on Thanksgiving?
Who you gonna bring? Sada baby?
Yeah.
Do it for a while.
I would have took.
Why? See, look,
I would've
Sada,
ta-
Big Sean, Mike Posner.
Sada baby and Big Sean won't do shit together.
Why?
I don't. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's him and T Grizzly that have beef. Never mind. Disregard that.
T Grizzly. Yeah, probably
T
don't
Grizzly's not. It's not TV.
He's not.
safe.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
Neither
family.
is Sada baby.
Yeah, true.
Sada baby just got hot off of a TikTok and
hold on, chops on your
oh my god. Anyways,
Come
at
on,
that
you
point in
know
time,
But I'm.
Thanksgiving afternoon would have been fire if Sada Baby was on TV.
my mom would have looked. I would have looked at who the fuck is this guy.
Hold on, chops on your head.
All right, sticking with football here.
Football.
So we got all the things. We got. Did we care to talk about any of the Thanksgiving games, Lions and Giants?
I want to talk about like that Bills and Vikings game a little bit. Did you guys see the ending of that?
You mean Vikings and
No, like
No,
like no,
before
the,
the
the Bills and Vikings game when they played it. It was
Couple
like
weeks
last
ago,
week.
couple
Oh,
The
weeks ago.
yeah.
ending, the
Oh,
ending
people
to
were calling
that
game of the
game
year.
was insane.
Phenomenal.
That Bill should have walked away with a dub on that one.
Well,
They
that's,
should've-
you
what
gotta
about Bills
think
now?
though. That's like the game after Allen injured his elbow.
Yeah.
His elbow's still not 1,000%.
You saw it. If Allen's elbow was 100%, he would have smoked the Lions.
Yeah, but even with his elbow at 85%,
It's still a hell of
He
an
still
arm.
had his legs though.
that one dart he threw at the end of the game was no one
Diggs,
could do.
wasn't
No,
it? Wasn't it the
yeah,
Diggs?
no
Yeah.
one could do that throw but him.
Yeah.
He fucking
I
got
think
that. in there.
Patrick Mahomes could do it.
Maybe.
Do I think it would have
He's
been
not as accurate as Allen.
That's
though.
my whole
That's
thing.
the
Would
only
it
problem.
have been as accurate? Probably
Yeah.
not.
Mahomes got the arm strength.
He got the arm
Allen,
strength, he ain't got the
Allen
accuracy.
has the accuracy.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So, but I mean, dead to rights. I'll take Allen.
Plus, Allen got legs too.
Allen,
Mahomes doesn't know how to use his legs well.
yeah, he just circles.
Allen likes to go up
Just
like
circles.
Just
he
circles.
will go like up the middle with it. He's not afraid to get hit.
Plus, he's like what, like 6'5",
Yeah.
6'6". Dude's a stocky dude. But yeah, that ending was crazy where they fumbled it at the one.
Mhm.
Or no, yeah, they fumbled it.
Then
Vikings
he got
recovered
picked
it.
off in the end zone.
Then he got picked off in the end zone to end the game, and
I don't see how this happens.
that was the game of the year. That was easily the game
it
of
was
the year.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
that's thus far. It's one of the more memorable games. I still think about the Rams game and the Chiefs game that had like almost 50 points on each side. A few
Oh,
years
yeah.
back. I know it's a couple years ago, but like it's one of the more memorable games in recent
You got
years.
those.
for
You got
sure.
the shootout, like those types of games where it's like it's football at its finest.
That's when Jared Goff was fairly well. Anyways,
Right? Yeah, absolutely. So
riding on his defense.
And- yeah, and then
Easy to be good when you have a defense that fall back on.
yeah, and then Dan Campbell picked up his first road win in his coaching career. So
yeah,
finally
Bears.
got the monkey off his back.
Shout out.
There was much rejoicing.
Yeah, right. So
Well, it's game day today, isn't it? You guys want to talk game day?
yeah, let's
Football.
Yeah, let's talk
Excuse me. What?
Football.
football.
Football. I was like, what the fuck? All right, game day.
It's in the shoe.
We're doing what you want to do, like score predictions, or do you want to?
Well,
do...
first off, I want to talk while we're
pick 'em later too.
okay. Well, let's talk game day. Kind of give a preview here. So both teams undefeated going into this
Yes,
at
sir.
11-0. Both in the playoff picture right now. Ohio State is 2, Michigan is 3. So if the playoffs were to start today, they would face each other. So
Okay.
there's that.
Be crazy.
And like you said too, it's in Ohio
shoe.
State. It's in the shoe.
OSU is -8.
I
Really?
find that hard to believe.
Really?
I
That's
fi-
7.5.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Get
Actually,
no respect.
well, let's be honest.
I don't
though,
trust
like,
JJ McCarthy as a quarterback.
I don't trust him either.
I don't trust his ass.
but
More
let's-
accurate.
Yeah, it's accuracy, but let's be
He's
real.
got no arm.
We haven't really heard much from Ohio State this year. Like media broadcast, like national media wise.
They
like,
really haven't played any.
Yeah, they've.
Where's
They,
Michigan? It's a silent 11-0.
You think it's a silent 11 now?
all right, so I'm gonna pull.
I
I'm
don't
gonna.
think
I'm,
Ohio State
I'm-
should be 2. I don't
I'm
think
gonna
Ohio
pull
State
up-
should
all
be
right.
Pull up
2.
Michigan. I'll pull up Ohio State.
I got Ohio State right here.
All right, then I'll get
Uh,
Michigan's schedule.
So Ohio State, 5 Notre Dame, Arkansas State, Toledo, Wisconsin, Rutgers, Michigan State, Penn State, Northwestern, Indiana, Maryland. So they've only been against 2 ranked teams. Ohio State has, and then
Alright.
he's got Michigan.
I'm pulling up Michigan's right now, so give me 1 second here. As far as everyone that they've played, Colorado State, Hawaii.
That's a tough game.
Um,
That's a tough game too.
Okay, so yeah, Colorado State, Hawaii, Connecticut, Maryland, Iowa, Indiana, Penn State, Michigan State, Rutgers, Nebraska, Illinois, and now you have Ohio State.
How many
today.
ring teams did we beat?
Ranked? I believe you
Beat 1 or
played.
2?
I think we beat 2 because Iowa was ranked. when
I
we
think
faced
Iowa
them.
was ranked at the time.
So was Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State was top
Penn State's
10.
ranked now. They're 11.
They weren't. Were they ranked when we beat them?
I want to say they
I
were.
thought they were.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
So 2. I think you played 2 ranked teams at this point.
2 ranked teams each. So pretty much, essentially, cakewalk.
I mean, hell, Illinois.
Is a tough team though.
Illinois was a trap game for
Yeah.
sure.
Maryland could have been a trap game too because they were undefeated when we faced
Well,
them.
the
too.
first half of the Rutgers game was kind of rough too.
Oh,
Like,
I know. We shouldn't have.
shouldn't have been down,
But Michigan is a great second half team this
Oh, yeah.
season. Like we saw the point differential.
Listen,
between-
McCarthy. You can say what you want about McCarthy. He's more accurate than what's his face? What's his Cade.
Oh yeah.
He's more accurate than Cade.
But Cade has a
and
better arm.
He can run. McCarthy can run, and McCarthy's arm is actually pretty good.
He can't throw a deep ball for shit.
Mm.
He can't throw a deep ball.
Cade couldn't either, though. Cade couldn't really either.
I'm not saying Cade couldn't.
But the thing with JJ is he has escapability. He has that factor where he can get out and run.
And plus, like you saw it in that Illinois game when Blake Corum went down, you can see the offense just went. You see the difference. Corum is a beast. He reminds me of like a Darren Sproles type of back, where he's a catching back.
I think he's going to be top 3 Heisman.
He should be. He needs to be, and it sucks because I hate how the Heisman is such a quarterback based award, but the quarterback gets 99.9% of all touches,
all the glory.
Yeah, because the offense leads through the quarterback. So I feel like there is the running back or a wide receiver or whoever tight end has to do amazing feats to even be considered, and Blake Corum is doing amazing feats.
Can I give a hot take here?
Oh,
hot take.
Does anyone else think the Heisman Trophy means dick nowadays?
I think so, yeah.
It doesn't translate to NFL success.
Yeah, it does not
before,
translate.
Back in the day, like if you won Heisman,
Look at Baker.
you were like,
just saying.
Good one. No, because like,
XFL, baby, XFL.
Oh God, because what I mean by that is like even consider. I'll go earlier than that. Do what? Johnny Manziel. Like
that was the biggest credit.
Both of them have been your boy. Now that I think about it,
there
but
really
biggest
hasn't been a Heisman winner that has okay, I'll say there's been very few that have translated to NFL success.
Can you look up
That's
who
what I
won
was-
the
that's what I was
Heisman the
thinking.
last
Besides
like,
Eddie
10 to
George,
15
Eddie
years?
George is probably one of the few.
Because I feel like when you because before there was a point in time where if you won the Heisman, you were pretty much projected to be like this next big like game changing superstar in the sport. Nobody has really done that in quite a while. I mean, who just won a few years ago? Devontae Smith just won.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's making an impact right now, but it's not like game changing.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
All right, give me how long ago is this? What's the time range? Or is it just everybody? Holy shit.
Okay.
Bryce Young right now as the Heisman Trophy.
Ignore that
right
one.
now, but Devontae Smith last year, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray.
Yeah, let's stop it there.
Boy.
Joe Burrow at least went to a Super Bowl. I'll give him that.
In what, his second year?
Second year, because he was injured his first year.
Right.
His second.
So
I mean, that's
technically-
pretty.
You can technically call it his first year then at that
Oh,
point in
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So
So and Kyler Murray is. I mean, yeah, he plays Call of Duty a lot, but at least he got that major bag and he's doing.
yeah, but
something.
okay, we're not talking money in that degree. We're talking about the difference that you bring to your team and the league on that as well.
Well,
too.
I mean, if he got a bag because of what he brings to his team, because
he got a bag because he was a phenomenal talent and he was on a really good rookie.
And he's
Like, that's-
and I think you said it, Paul, where Kyler's like it's the best option that they had. So it's either you give him the money or let him walk.
Right. Like if you're trying to build for the long term, yes, you have to give him the money. But at that point in time, they weren't even 100% sure as far as his commitment goes if he was going to be their long-term answer. So that's where a lot of that shit went wrong too. But going back to like some of those other names that we have here, okay, we said Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow as of right now, it speaks for itself. I would like to see him do it again.
yeah.
But as of right now, they're kind of in the middle of the hunt right now too. You can't really say for sure. Who else is on there? Give me a couple more names.
Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson,
Okay.
Lamar won?
Lamar.
Lamar's a good one. Lamar.
Derrick Henry,
Yeah, Keen Henry. Yeah.
Marcus Mariota,
Eh.
He ended
Jameis
up.
Winston, Crab Legs, then Johnny Manziel,
Mm.
RG3, Cam Newton, Mark Ingram,
I'll-
Sam Bradford. Jesus.
That's kind of where it like.
It's kind of like almost.
Okay,
I feel like it's a 50-50.
Cam, you got Cam. I mean, his early years, he went to Super Bowl again, and then
It took Cam a while to get to the Super Bowl.
Took him a while, but
Couldn't jump on a fumble.
He had a few good years though, good
Eric
stretch.
should jump on a phone.
Good.
No. He did it. You were just scared for him. Like, oh shit, this is gonna end bad.
He had like
No,
a good
he-
2-3 year stretch with Carolina though, where he was like pretty decent, and then you got Lamar. Is obviously Lamar.
Lamar's Lamar, and the fact that Lamar didn't get paid this season is fucking nuts to me. But I'll tell you what, as a Ravens fan, that boy's gotta get.
Yeah.
paid
All
for
right.
sure
So
now.
that's a good topic of conversation.
Oh, God,
so
here we
since
go.
let's talk.
Oh,
We
you're
talked about
Ravens?
this here. You're Ravens here. So do you think in the beginning Lamar was was making his case that he should get more guaranteed money than Deshaun Watson. Now, do you see where they're at? I think they're 7-3, 6-3, something like that.
Shit, we'll call it 6-3. Yeah.
Yeah, 6-3, and he's not dominating the game as much as he was in the beginning of the season. Like you saw, he just squeaked away a win with the Panthers, 13-3.
That's a squeak.
That's a squeaky win. That's a squeak, 13-3.
You call that a squeak? 13-3.
13-3.
Especially when he fucking ran for a good portion of the game. That's not a squeak.
I think
that's not a squeaky game.
You only put up
you know
one
what
touchdown.
I call a squeaky game? Fucking 20. What did the Lions play?
28-25.
That's a squeaky game.
But
that's squeaky.
Against the Panthers, though.
Doesn't matter.
Against the Panthers, though.
Because we all know any given team can beat another given team any Sunday of the week.
I get that. I get that. So what I was trying to get to, do you think, how much money do you think Lamar deserves?
All of it. Because again, he deserves all of it for numerous amounts of reasons. Number one, that offense runs through him.
Oh,
right,
1,000%,
100%, right? But the amount of scrutiny he's faced in his career already in the NFL, they told him he was going to be a bust because he's a running quarterback that doesn't need to run. Well, when you let him fucking take off the year he took off, oh shit, maybe we were wrong. Okay, cool. He made a good playoff run. Did they go to the Super Bowl? No, but they got pretty fucking close that year. They made it what? I think like the AFC divisional or conference for some final.
It was conference.
Yeah, I think it was a conference.
So they made a hell of a run when they finally let him do what he needs to do. Then on top of that, they said, okay, we know you can run now. Now we need you to pass. Obviously, last year was a fucking injury-prone year for them, but still showed out. Even now, he's still doing what he can do to fucking throw the ball and run at the same point in time.
The only person he has to throw to now, because he got rid of Hollywood Brown, is fucking Mark Andrews.
Right. So again, you're giving this guy little to nothing at this point in time, and he's still doing what he's trying to do. Yeah. Even if they don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, but they get to the playoffs.
Okay, so what if he doesn't make it to the playoffs this year?
Then I can see, hey, listen, we need to go back and get the renegotiation.
Now, do you think they're going to trade him away? Do you think they'll get rid of him if they don't make the playoffs this year?
Do I think they'll trade him?
Not trade him, but like get or not resign him.
Look at not resigning him.
Yeah,
I could.
He's not playing on a franchise tag, so that's.
Yeah,
I can see them looking at other options at that point.
But do you think that's okay?
Do I think it's fair?
No. I don't think it's fair given the fact that they didn't give him any kind of weapons this year. And
the past 2 years,
he has a constant rotation of running backs because they always keep getting injured. On top of that, he only has Mark Andrews.
So he's all right. So for this year, let's see here.
I'm so glad we're all over the place today.
He's thrown for under 2,000 yards.
What's breaking?
Nebraska has announced Matt Rule will be their head coach, their new head coach.
I saw that a couple of days ago.
Ja Rule, shit.
Yeah, they said that they were announced.
I knew that was gonna come. I knew he was gonna get a job really quick.
Oh yeah, and that was to be rumored.
He's still getting paid, right?
He's still got that severance package from.
Yep.
Yeah, like 40 million or something left.
That's his yacht money.
So Ravens are 7-3. Lamar has thrown for 16 touchdowns, under 2,000 yards, and he's rushed for 3 or 4 touchdowns. Right? I think he deserves the bag. I think so too.
Now, do you think he deserves a bag if they don't make the playoffs?
I think he deserves something. I know he wants $300 million.
I don't think if they don't make the playoffs,
doesn't he want it fully guaranteed too?
He wants more than the Deshaun contract. So he wants more guaranteed
well, he's
money
worth more
than
than
more.
Deshaun.
Oh, 1,000%.
But that's my point. At that point in time, with seeing everything, like even the shit that I broke down, what does Deshaun Watson really prove? Like, yes, Deshaun's a great
comes
talent,
back this week, I think.
But at the same point in time, what have we really seen out of Deshaun? I haven't really seen much out of Deshaun.
He had the potential.
Right.
He was on his way, and then all this
he
shit
had like
happened.
a good wasn't it 2 years he's played like consistently?
I think we'll call it
2 or 3.
Yeah.
We'll call it 2
I mean,
years,
he got D-Hop when he was still there.
Yeah.
And then
What?
didn't they go to the playoffs one time?
Don't quote me on that.
I think they did with JJ because he had JJ.
Yeah. Okay,
JJ
yeah.
pretty much brought them to the playoffs.
Yes.
Because he had that 22 sack year.
I do remember that. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. For a guy who's had
Minimal success.
a minimal success and a minimal window of success, the Browns, again, obviously did what they did. All right, cool. We don't want Baker anymore. We'll make the trade for Deshaun and we'll give him the guaranteed money. All right, cool. You took that chance, which is what I've stated before. If you're invested in a quarterback like that, you have to take that chance, pending all those sexual allegations that were going on, right? The Ravens took a chance on Lamar Jackson, and when they first drafted him, nobody else believed in him. All right, cool. We got you. We let you do what you want to do. Now we've also asked you to do this, and you've done it to the best of your fucking abilities. Yeah, pay up. I've done everything and then some that's been asked of me. Fuck you, pay me.
I think it's like, all right, so
Sorry, fuck you, pay me. Yeah.
So if you guys had to put a number on it, what would you give?
If we already say he's got to be worth more than Deshaun, and Deshaun got 280, it's got to be 300.
Oh, you got 230.
230.
5 years, 230.
And how much of it was guaranteed?
All of it.
All of it except the $1 million that he got suspended for.
250, 260.
I say 260.
I say minimum no more than 280.
That's max.
Well, max of 280.
I say no less than 250.
No, Kyler got 230, I think, as well too.
No, he got like 240, 5 years, 240, and I think it was like.
He's worth more than Kyler Murray for sure. Then yeah, it's got to.
Worth more than Kyler Murray.
I say 280, and I say.
But
190 guaranteed.
Does he want the long term? I don't think he wants the super long term.
But he wants to stay a Raven.
Okay, so let's say that 5 years.
I'd say 5 years, 280 with 250 guaranteed.
You say 250 guaranteed?
Yeah. Because that's more than Deshaun.
I don't know, man. I feel like going through all that scrutiny, you have to incentivize him to stay because of everything he's gone through. Shit, I say 300.
Damn.
You going 6
How much
years?
guaranteed? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Or
You have
280?
Guaranteed wise, 280.
Yeah.
6 for 3.
6 for 3, 280 guaranteed. I say 5 for 280, 220 guaranteed.
5, 265, 270. We can negotiate from there.
I mean, yeah, like start off high 280, 270, 280.
I say
But I think that's where
the
that's
minimum
where it fell off last year. I think
the
this
minimum is that Deshaun Watson contract. That's where you start at, and then you go from there.
But okay, so here's why I would change it though too. If I'm Lamar Jackson and I want guaranteed money, but you also complain you want help, you got to take less years for less guaranteed. And here's why I say that. At least at that point in time,
Yeah,
4
take a
years,
discount.
250, and then it's fully guaranteed. Because the other years that you're spending to stretch out, you can use, hey, go find me help.
I think
Like right now, everyone's been talking back and forth where Odell Beckham's going to go, right? If Odell really got to sit down in Baltimore and say, hey, listen, we really think you could sit here and help him, but you got to do your best to stay healthy, I think you could look at the Ravens becoming an actual potential threat.
It's like there's talks of him going to the
He's
Cowboys.
going to be a cow. He's going
to be a Cowboy. This year he'll be a
Cowboy, maybe a Bill.
But I think
One of those
Baltimore is a
Giants
dark
fans.
horse. I think Baltimore is a dark horse team, though. I would like that because you have a young quarterback in Lamar. You have the potential. The Ravens are pretty much, if you have Lamar at the helm, you're pretty much a guaranteed playoff team every
But the
single year.
Ravens need help on defense as well, too.
Right.
That I will say, like, their defense is not as legendary as what it used to be.
Oh, God, no.
So, like, at that point in time, if you're going to invest, like, the offensive weapons, like, for the offense side, those guys just have to stay fucking healthy. That's all it is. They just have to stay fucking healthy because every year you get at least 3 to 4 people that get hurt for the year.
Yeah.
Always on the Ravens team. Always.
It's always a running back, too.
Yeah, it's somebody that they kind of rely on
Like
outside
Dobbins.
of... Right.
Dobbins has been injured the past 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So for the Ravens now, go clean up the defensive side of the team. Tell your guy, get your guys to stay healthy. Go put them in the right places, rehab, everything along those lines. Fuck it. If you got to change the field to grass, which I know you guys talked about last time you were here, go fucking do that, right?
There are a few stadiums now that are doing that.
Right. I think the Lions are on that too because I think Odell just saw after what happened to Von Miller.
MetLife, I think MetLife is changing it to grass next year.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture someone put out too
Mm-mm.
of basically the cement, that thin layer of grass that's on top, and then I guess there's another extra layer being added to it. but
That's
they
quote
put-
unquote dirt. Yeah.
They put like a ruler next to it, and it's literally like less than an inch.
Yeah, it ain't shit.
That's insane.
It ain't shit. It's pretty much
It's
cement.
nothing.
Yeah.
You're falling on concrete.
Yeah.
You're falling. Yeah, you're falling
It's-
on cement. No matter how you look at it, it is what it is. But yeah, that's my Ravens aspect.
Now,
of
is there
that.
more information on Von Miller? Did they come out with more?
They said he did not tear his ACL,
Thank
but
God, 'cause that shit
he's
looks
still out.
scary.
He's still out.
Okay.
He's still going to be out for. It's
Couple
just a matter
weeks,
of
few weeks,
probably a
really?
few weeks. I'd probably say at least until the last game
That's
of
a
the season.
big blow to their defense. Like, he's like the leader.
He's the closer, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Closer for them.
Also, some side news: the Eagles have reached out to Rob Gronkowski, see if he wants to come and play out.
You fucking imagine?
That the Eagles did sign Ndamukong Suh.
Yep, they
Yeah,
did
they
sign
did.
him on the defensive side.
Dude,
They're
they're-
trying to make last minute playoff runs.
I swear, they are my Super Bowl favorites now.
You have to put them in that conversation.
They're top
Jalen
two.
Hurts is that dude. I mean, he's.
But see, that's another guy too. That's another guy you're gonna have to look at this conversation with about who do you pay for what. Because look at what happened when Jalen Hurts came in. You still had Carson Wentz. You already knew Eagles were gonna move on from Carson Wentz. But then when they brought Hurts in, we're not even sure about this guy. We don't know what we're gonna do. They traded Wentz. Hurts finished out the rest of the season, got the nod for the start this year, and now all of a sudden, oh, he's this great fucking talent. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. The guy fucking played for what? Alabama
And then Oklahoma.
and Oklahoma, both good, and fucking showed his ass where he was at, like in a good way. Showed out.
Pause.
Yeah, showed out, showed out, and showed his ass in a good way. Pause for like pause for effect, right? The NFL has to stop looking at these kids and think like, oh, well, they're not as good as we don't think they're as good as they're hyped up to be. If you're a fucking scout and you're seeing what these guys are doing, like again, especially now that the transfer portal is as big as it is now, and you're seeing these kids go from one school to another and still leaving an impact, you got to start putting some more fucking respect on these kids' names now. You have to.
And the window is so small for talent. You have to show up when it counts. Otherwise, you're going to get looked over. And then it's kind of
See, in these next two drafts, though, there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks coming out. There's going to be, you got the two this year, Bryce Young and
CJ Stroud.
Next year, depending on if the USC guy doesn't go, guy from USC, he's supposed to be a Heisman
You
candidate.
got Bo Nix.
And then you got Bo Nix.
You got Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is
Guy from
coming.
Bo Nix come out this year, too.
Yeah.
But then you got the dude from USC who I think he's either a sophomore or junior. I think he might wait till next year to come out.
But see,
You got the guy from Georgia.
In Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is like they're consistently disrespecting, and I hate to say it, most quarterbacks of color. Like, yeah, think about that though. Like, even Justin Fields, everyone was happy for Justin Fields. Like all the Chicago fans were happy, right? But then what happened? It's the same shit they did with Lamar. He's a runner. He's a track star. No, but he's a runner. You know, runners don't do that well in this league. You know, because everybody wants to talk about what Michael Vick did to the game. Everyone wants to see the next Michael Vick. The issue is we've seen the next Michael Vick on a few different occasions. You've seen when Cam Newton used to run. Cam Newton would run, fucking put numbers on the field, scared the shit out of people when he
Lamar
would get
is
hit.
like Michael Vick 2.0.
Right, Lamar right now is doing it too. Like, and now Justin Fields is starting to get into that bag too. So it's like you have to stop putting these kids of color down like they're not that great. Because I'll tell you what, when fucking Trevor Lawrence came in, that motherfucker got all the praise other than just, oh, well, Urban Meyer's not a good coach. I can't put this on Trevor Lawrence. No, you got to put it on him too. He didn't look that great at the beginning of the fucking season last year.
He still doesn't look great.
Right. But again, nobody wants to have that conversation. The kids of color, again, Jalen Hurts, perfect example. We don't even know if we're gonna put him as a starter. We may trade him next year. Oh, you went out and made those fucking plays and got all those people like AJ Brown. Now the kid looks like he's a fucking stud. But y'all don't want to retract those statements that you had earlier.
And that's what it is.
The issue that I have with the NFL.
And that's the thing. Us being, part of podcast, it's the media's job to criticize. They don't know unless they play the game. And that's why I like it when actual players become analysts, because they have that insight, right? And I know you have beef with Dan Orlovsky saying that he's the quarterback guru.
Dude's atrocious. He's 16 and he thinks you can judge quarterbacks.
Right, so
The motherfucker stepped out of bounds when he was in the end zone, and he got his own safety for his own team. But he's a quarterback guru.
that's the infamous one. But
G did it earlier this year too, so thank God. I know he was happy
So-
for that one.
And I think it's funny that
oh yeah,
Talking shit about Jeff Saturday.
Joe Thomas.
Is that Joe Thomas?
A lot of guys were talking shit about Jeff Saturday.
Joe Thomas said that Jim Irsay hired his drinking buddy as a head coach.
Yeah, that I saw.
That's
I saw that
hilarious.
report.
I mean, like whatever the case may be, Jeff Saturday looks like he can make it in this league. Like his
Yeah,
first
he's not
game.
a fucking schmuck.
No, Jeff Saturday.
Dude won a
You
Super
can't-
Bowl.
Shit about him. Like, it's just.
They were
Well,
they
I
were
mean-
talking
A
shit
random
because of
player.
they were talking shit because of the process. Again, we've had these conversations in the day about the Rooney Rule, right? Rooney Rule says you're supposed to go out and interview at least one or two people of two candidates now of color for any higher up position like a coach, an executive, whatever, right? They fired what's his name, Frank Wright,
Mhm.
and then literally the same fucking day,
Here comes Saturday.
hey, we got Jeff Saturday to take your place. Where's the interview process at? Where?
I think they just wanted to tank. They didn't expect Jeff Saturday to do well.
But what
why-
the fuck are you supposed to do as a first time coach in your first game? You want to let it be known that you're able to compete in this level of competition. You want to come out, replace the guy who was doing a shit job, and then continue to do the shit job. At that point in time, you should just let fucking Frank Wright stay. You're not looking to tank at that point in time.
See, they're saying too that no matter what outcome Jeff Saturday does, say if he wins Super Bowl with them down the road, it's going to be tainted because of how this interview process went.
There was no interview.
Yeah,
there
no,
was no
they're not
interview
going to
process.
care how he turns out. He's always going to be tarnished by the way he got the job.
I mean, look, Jeff Saturday, from the reports that I've seen, is a good guy. No one's knocking the type of person that he is, right? Obviously, when he played, was the president of the National Football Players Association. Like, he's been in those rooms. Great. The issue is, again, where the fuck is the interview process? Where the fuck is the due justice for all the minority coaches? Again, the NFL consistently says we want to change, we want to be better, but y'all are you're talking more than you're showing at that point.
yeah, look at how they handled the whole Brian Flores situation. in Miami.
Still, it hasn't been finished.
No.
Shit's been quiet
Shit's
ever since
fine.
it came out.
Yeah,
And like shit's
it's
been
swept
quiet
under
about
the
the.
rug. It's swept under the rug because the season's going on, so they don't want to talk about it.
We could also mention how when Jeremy brought up Jameson Winston with the crab legs, how that was on repeat through all the topics, and then what Brett Favre did.
No one
Barely
talks about Brett
saw
Favre.
it. Barely even noticed it.
Yep.
That he didn't even
Blip.
do it.
Right. So football has a lot of things to do, but
Just like Jerry Jones is on the hot seat right now for that fucking photo of him back in like the fucking 50s and 60s coming out. Kid's 14. He's a kid at that point in time, allegedly of around 14 years old, and he's at a racial segregation protest.
Yeah.
But as a 14-year-old, bro, like, we've all been at the wrong place at the wrong fucking time.
And that was just the way society was back then. You can't really dog them. I mean, yeah, it's fucked, but you can't really dog them for what society's telling you to do.
yeah,
Growing up as a white kid like that, you're told to like,
Especially in
Do
the
this.
state I believe he grew up in. I believe that picture was taken in Arkansas.
yeah,
Little Rock,
no,
Arkansas.
yeah. That's all. He's grown up to knowing that. He was raised to be that way.
and
It's fucked up to be raised to be that way, but at those
racism is
times,
taught.
It's taught.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't. Racism isn't. It's not
It's not
born.
genetic.
It's not
Sorry.
genetic. Exactly. It's taught. Right. So, him growing up in that environment, yes, of course, you're gonna.
And by any means, I'm not defending him at all for that, but it's just how he's brought up in that culture. It's unfortunate.
Right, you're not defending.
we're not
Well,
saying
Yeah.
you are and you aren't at the same point in time. It's the same conversation the guys had at First Take had yesterday. You can't be mad at again if the time frame adds up. He's a teenager at that point in time. If you're there, wrong place, wrong time, and like you said, too, that's one thing. If you're there again, going off of what society tells you, as long as you're showing the change growing up, yes, like you're doing the right thing. What you can be mad for is the fact that again, he's one of the guys who have never had a black coach in the league. So again, if you want to talk about, people have mentioned, again, kind of using what these people have said online. Jerry Jones has been a good guy, has helped change lives, even for people of color. Like, he does have a good personal reputation. It's his business reputation that has been questionable. So at that point in time, if Jerry Jones really wants to learn from this, then you got to be one of the people who's doing the changing of the culture from the top down. Like when it comes to the executives, somebody of color, which I believe there is one person in the executive role that is a person of color. But again, head coaching wise, like you guys were on the hot seat a while ago, getting ready to fire Mike McCarthy, which now it looks like this year his job is safe from the way how they've been playing. Next time you have a coaching fiasco like that, put somebody of color in the conversation. Not saying you got to hire them, but fairly put them in the conversation at that point in time.
I feel like when in the next few years, as long as Deuce Staley keeps fucking doing what he's doing with the running backs, he might be propelled to an OC or something like that for somebody.
Yeah.
The way he's acting, he's an assistant head coach too. So,
only a matter of time.
Aaron Glenn definitely ain't getting no fucking job after this.
I want to go back real quick though too, and I'm going to pull up the articles here. Going back to the Michigan thing, the players from state that got suspended.
Seven of them, right?
7 of them.
Let me see if I can.
6 of them were misdemeanors.
Talking about the state schedule though, Jeremy. Y'all dropped the bag on a few teams, huh?
Yeah, we dropped a lot of bags. Like I said, this is not a great year for us. But
You can't-
I got it here from.
You can't give no
ESPN,
shit about
yeah.
strength of schedule then.
All right, so 7 players.
Our schedule was shitty, and we have like 7 suspended players. So.
And then you
That was
lost
after.
And you lost against all the teams we beat, so I don't want to hear it.
All right, so as a result, I know you guys talked about it last time about the tunnel aspect from the Michigan State game. Criminal charges from the Washtenaw County have been charged now. Kerry Crump, I believe, is the gentleman's name.
Yeah.
He is the only person who's been charged with felonious assault. Is that the guy who with the helmet?
That's the guy with the helmet.
Okay, so he's the only one on the team facing felony charges. Other than that, you have I'm gonna try not to butcher these names. Itavion Brown, Angelo Gross, Justin White, Brandon Wright, and Zion Young are all being charged with aggravated assault. And then let's see here. Video shows. Okay, so the Michigan defensive back Jaden McBurrows was the guy who got attacked and ambushed.
Now, did the school themselves suspend them?
So the football team, Mel Tucker, actually suspended all those 8 players
For how long?
the rest of the season.
As we mentioned, because
As
I
you guys
know,
mentioned
I
last
said,
time, right, yeah.
because you guys got, it was like
You got
what?
8 fucking people.
It was like 2 or 3 games left. There's no point in doing a 1-game
You're
suspension.
not going to any bowl games or anything like that. Sorry,
No,
that,
just-
the record you have, the season's over at that point in time. This is all the criminal assaults that Harbaugh was saying that they were going to press charges on for and look to investigate. Obviously, this is Washtenaw where Ann Arbor is at. Those kids are going to face charges, and again, now to a certain degree, like it's the right thing to do to press the charges because again, anything could have happened, especially with the kid who got hit with the helmet. Anything could have happened, brain damage down the road, whatever, right? The only thing now I have to say on that end is like to the kids who are now facing these charges, was it worth it at the time? Because now if you have these type of charges against you, you can lose your scholarship if you're on scholarship.
Yeah.
They could drop you from the team. This can completely change the way how the rest of your future looks. Was it worth it at that point in time? Now, I'm still on the same side as what I believe when you guys mentioned last week. I understand that there's only one way in and one way out. Why the fuck was the Michigan kid in there by himself, number one? And number two, I still would like to know what was said on his behalf to start the fight too. Because you're not just going to fight out of nowhere like, oh, there's a Michigan guy, fuck you. Like, you have...
Something was said, yeah.
Something was said and done
He was
to
talking.
initiate.
He was skipping in there. He was skipping, probably talking shit.
Okay, if I'm doing the fucking gritty on the way in, sorry, that's not enough for me to fucking, like,
Exactly.
fight somebody. Something else had to have been done unless somebody was just that pissed off. Oh, fuck, there's this kid in blue. I'm about to beat the shit out
Yeah,
of him.
I think that's probably what happened is that they were just so mad after the game that the first person they saw was a fucking dude in maize and blue, and then
And they saw red. But at
Then they
the
got
same
triggered.
time, like Eric, to your point, this is your future. Are you really going to throw away? Yes, your season is scrapped. You guys aren't going to make it to a bowl game. But yet you're taking your life, your personal life, into effect about this. If you get charged, you lose your scholarship, as you mentioned. Hell, you're getting criminal charges, and it's going to ruin your NFL dreams if you have one. And this is going to be a stain on your record. So regardless of what you want to do, even if you don't want to go to the pros, you've been charged with a felony.
It's on your record now.
That's on your record now.
Record, yeah.
And you're what? 19, 20, 21, 22
Let's just
years
say
old.
anywhere between 19 and 20 at this point.
Right, exactly.
Because a lot of these kids are first and second. Yeah, first
Is
and third
it
years.
worth it? And I think they still have that kid mentality of, okay, this dude is disrespecting me. I'm going to show him to not disrespect me. And it's that mob mentality. And second of all, the Michigan player, we said it before. He shouldn't have gone in there with all those state players. Come on, man. You know better than that. You know better.
hot take here. Probably should wait till you get to the NFL to start swinging helmets, because then you won't get fired from the NFL apparently.
You could dual wield like Aaron
Dual wield.
Donald.
Aaron Donald. You could be Myles Garrett and beat someone in the game with a helmet and not get fired.
Well, to be fair, Aaron Donald was in practice.
Yeah.
But like that happened.
Myles Garrett was in the middle of a game.
No, that was in the middle of a game. No, I'm with you.
Right.
Right.
Off him.
That's not a hot take. That's just an ignorant take. But,
But apparently you could wait till you gotta wait till the
At
NFL.
least wait. We here at Speaker Peace do not condone physical assault in any sort of manner.
wait, we don't? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, shit.
Please wait to the NFL before you start swinging on people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently you're safe.
That's just my only thing with that. Is like at that point in time.
There's fault on both sides.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
But that's
Simple
the
as
thing,
that.
even as a Michigan fan, like don't get me wrong, I don't want to see any of my guys get suspended as a fan of the team and of the sport. Of course, you don't want to see your own guys getting suspended, right? Like as the fan, thank God none of our guys fucking got it. But to the same as the human being aspect, why the fuck is no one asking that question? That's where I guess for me now, the journalistic mind for me goes. Where the fuck is the conversation of why the kid was in there to begin with?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that by himself.
And who let him? Who let him in that tunnel all by himself? You had security down the entire hallway.
But question for you guys, like regardless of the record versus MSU and U of M, has this tarnished the rivalry you think between these two teams?
I think it's a stain.
Is it fun to watch anymore? Like at this point,
I
in time,
think
because of this?
the answer to that comes next year. And the reason why I say that is because it really is going to depend on how the game is played next year. Like we've seen the rivalry in the past where it gets a little intense in the beginning, chippy, like, oh, they're pushing. Hey, save it for the field, this, and that, right? Now, again, I'm doing a couple other different things journalistically right now. I've heard some things where I guess even on the field, the sideline reports are saying that some of the guys, some of the coaches on the MSU side we're telling these kids on stateside intentionally hurt the Michigan players. That's some of the things that I've heard. Like, and the kid, again, I can't confirm anything. I can't, officially say where I heard it from. But just some of the things that I've heard is just like, hey, they were hearing reports. The people who I know were hearing reports saying that they were telling the state athletes, end this kid's career on the field. So that potentially plays a role into it. Like, like if the Michigan player is going in to confront somebody, why the fuck are y'all trying to hurt me like that? Again, but no one's having that conversation. But to answer your question, does it stain the rivalry? You don't know until the game happens next year. Because if shit is on high alert, they're
going to have more security next year.
There will be more security next year for sure, right? But at the same point in time, we don't know until the game is played next year.
Well, what's going to happen next year is that they're going to show highlights and consistently show highlights of what happened in the brawl.
I won't say
so it's going to highlight the whole fucking game before the game even starts, and then they're going to go into the game.
Right, but at the same point in time, though, too, they're going to say, hey, this is what happened last year, post-game, right? Like, so again, and that's going to be the talk, what to expect from the game, right? But the question is, does it taint the rivalry? It puts a stain on it, like Evan said, yes, but again, does it make it not fun to watch anymore? You won't know until you see the game at that point in time.
Who knows? Maybe even next year the viewership, the views might be up even more.
Right, it'll
For them
skyrocket.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll skyrocket because people are going to want to see, oh, what's going to happen? Like, are we going to see a fight in the field? No, I don't think you will because I don't think the NCAA or the Big Ten will allow that to happen. But at the same point in time, those little safety protocols that we talk about now, hey, one fucking team at a time goes, that's what's going to happen. The team that wins is going to be told, stay on the field until everyone has cleared off.
That's how it should have happened anyway.
It should have, but again, when you're celebrating with your team like that or when your team wins, you're not thinking, hey, I'm gonna go over here and confront these guys. You're thinking everyone is on the field with you. Like, because again, they're one-offs, like you guys mentioned last week. They're all little one-offs. They're all one-offs of the fact that the kid went to go to the locker room. No one in their right fucking mind, especially after beating a rival, is really thinking about going to the locker room like that. No, you're thinking about celebrating with your fucking team.
Yeah, you stay on the field. So only a matter of time.
Where are we going to next? We've done a lot of NFL talking. We've done some.
A lot of football talk. You want to hop into basketball?
Let's do some hoops, man.
So Eric, you brought up how the Pistons can improve, and you want to talk Lakers and Nets woes.
Did I bring that up?
But I just want to quick.
It was you. Yeah, I saw that shit. And you said Eric talks about it. Like, when the fuck did I bring this up? But
so
let's
just mention. What do you guys think about the 2027 Final Four being set in Detroit?
Excited. I'm already looking to buy my tickets as soon as tickets are available.
Who knows?
I'm hoping sometime next year. I would like to go. I would like to actually buy a ticket to one of those games, just to go and see. I don't care if Michigan State's in it. It's the experience for me at this point in time.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people get caught up in the whole aspect of, oh, I don't only want to go with my team. Fuck that, dog. I live here in the city. It's not that often that it comes here all the time. Fucking come on, let's go.
Are you gonna go?
Well, damn.
Well, damn.
It's downtown. There's a bunch of white people, dog. You'll be fine.
Right.
Not just go downtown and go hop at the bar.
I know you guys said you don't want to go to the draft next year, but I would kind of like.
I want to go to.
I might go. I want to go to the draft. I want to go to that.
That's gonna be
Are we
insane.
Gonna pay an arm and a leg and a fucking testicle to go to the game?
Probably.
I would.
Jeremy got my ticket. We're good.
All right. So, Eric, let's talk basketball. You're the basketball dude, obviously. So,
Where do you guys want to start?
you can start with the Pistons.
So Pistons right now are
Real
last in the
Terrible.
East.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're last in
Horrible.
the East. Sorry, but I'll tell you what though, the talent is there. I will tell you that much. The talent is there. I know right now in regards to Cade Cunningham is out indefinitely for right now, just because they said he had a shin injury. They thought it was just like a bruised bone. Now looking at it, going at the follow up, they say it may actually be a shin fracture. So.
Shit.
So they say that the reports are coming out saying that he may have to sit out the rest of the year.
Did you do that during game?
Yeah, I forget which game it was. I think it was a home game. Not 100% sure, but in regards to that topic of conversation, you don't want to continue to tank because I think with the talent you have right now with the young guys of currently Sadiq Bey. I know rumors are out right now. They Pistons are getting calls in regards to trading him. You do have obviously the young guy Jaden Ivey right now, who I'm ecstatic is here. You have Cade Cunningham as well, and then obviously I think for them the steal of the draft, Jalen Duren as well. Also, you have enough young talent right now for what it is to make progress. Right, you have these guys here for the next couple of years. The pickup at the beginning of the year for Bojan Bogdanovic from Utah, I think is great for a veteran aspect. Again, a guy who's been to the playoffs on numerous amounts of occasions with Utah. Obviously has that playoff caliber ship in him. The talent is there. My hot take for this is in order for the Pistons to get better, you need new coaching. And it's not a knock on Dwayne Casey. What I mean by new coaching in that degree is the fact that the Pistons brought Dwayne Casey number one the year after he won Coach of the Year after he was let go from Toronto. At that point in time, you still had subprime Blake Griffin there, a Blake Griffin who didn't want to be in Detroit after getting traded, right? And Blake Griffin was with the team 4 years, I believe. After that,
Yeah.
So you've had Dwayne Casey there for about 3 years in the Blake Griffin era, right? Obviously, that whole team is gone. That Blake Griffin team at that point in time is pretty much gone in a nutshell. No more Andre Drummond, no more Reggie Jackson, right? That team is gone. You have a younger team now. While Dwayne Casey obviously has much respect for winning Coach of the Year and has had a very good establishing career, you're a dinosaur at this point in time. And I mean that in the most respectful way. Your ideas of how basketball should be played is a little outdated. These younger guys need somebody who understands and relates to them and also can mirror what they learned in college to the professional level.
This is his final year, or does he have one more year?
I want to say, if my math is right, this may be his last year, but he could have one more on top of that.
I think
Do you
they
hear
extended
about
it.
any rumors of who we might go after?
I've heard some people after Steve Nash got excited, said that they should hire Steve Nash. I wouldn't hire Steve Nash.
No.
Wouldn't hire Steve Nash to fucking coach my kids' basketball game after what the fuck happened in Brooklyn. I don't know. That's a good question in regards to who I think they should bring on, but it's got to be somebody who's
even out there? Who's even available right now?
No major names.
no major names
Yeah,
yet.
no major names.
I mean, for me, Udoka is out of the Brooklyn picture, and
Why?
again,
I thought he was going there.
no. So that was the whole thing I hated with the reporting of that too. The Nets had no front runner. They wanted to bring him along because he was available, but people were saying, "Oh yeah, he's going to more than likely get the job." It was never confirmed. Brooklyn had to go and investigate what the fuck happened. Apparently, some more details came out as they were coming out, which I didn't hear anything about it. I've heard mass rumors saying he hooked up with, again, these are all allegations here at this point in time. Nothing
Allegedly.
confirmed. Right, allegations. It ranges all the way down from somebody's wife in the front office all the way down to somebody's like of age daughter from one point in time that I heard. So again, I don't know what's true, what's not. But pretty much Brooklyn did their research, said no, we're not doing it, and they moved on with their assistant coach, Jacques Vaughn. Jacques Vaughn, I think, coached the Phoenix Suns at one point in time. If not, I know it was Earl Watson who did that too.
I mean, come on to Detroit, man. We got plenty of goals here for you. It's all right.
I mean, do you think we'd actually try for him?
It depends on what happens.
Yeah, it
because he's
depends on what
suspended
happens.
for the year. That means come next year, if they feel he's quote unquote learned his lesson, they can bring him back and Joe Mazzulla will go back to an assistant. Or depending on what happens with the Celtics this year, Mazzulla could potentially keep the job and then they just let Udoka go. Now, if Udoka's available at that point in time, I think that's the first name you have to go to. But at the same point in time, it's a rebuilding team to a certain degree. I don't know if Udoka is going to want to go through the rebuild again.
So do you think Dwayne Casey might be mid-season fire? Or?
No, I think end of the year.
Yeah, I
Because-
think you just let him go.
Yeah, at this point in time, again, like, I won't say the season's halfway over, obviously, because that's All-Star weekend, but you kind of usually know roughly around 20 to 30 games where this team's going to go. It is a little bit of a letdown as well because this team had good aspirations to make a good playoff run, but at the same point in time, shit happens. So I think to that degree, that's my thing where it changes. I think Dwayne Casey needs to be exited out of the team, and not in a bad way. I think a mutual decision, like, hey, listen, appreciate what you've done. It's not working. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a little too old for this shit. Let's go. At that point in time. Anybody want to debate that?
No.
I think you're solid on that. I think Dwayne Casey isn't the answer as head coach right now. I would like for us to go after Ime Udoka during the offseason if we do have a chance shot at him. And I think Cade getting hurt right now
Has hindered, yeah.
has hindered, but also I feel like it's also a blessing in disguise right now. Like,
Why?
just because, just like the Lions, we want to see improvement with this team right now, especially with the young talent we have right now. At least get their confidence levels up a little bit more, develop them a little bit more out there on this professional floor against all these other players, and then come next year, once we have all these pieces back into place, once you've either traded Sadiq or Bojan at that same aspect.
Bojan's going to stay. They re-signed. They gave him his contract extension. He's here for another 2 years, I think.
You could trade him still, though.
I don't think you can after signing a deal like that. Not right away.
Well, not right away, but I mean during the offseason. I mean, this could be
Potentially,
a
yeah,
trading
offseason at that
chip
point in time,
right
yeah.
there as well too. But you got this young group of talent, especially during as well too. If you put all of them together on the floor with a healthy Cade now and whoever you get during the draft pick, whether that be Wembanyama or whoever's available right then.
Yeah, I forgot.
Too, but I think this could be a blessing in disguise. That, hey, you're
Wembanyama.
just-
Get the fuck. The
you're
Pistons
just-
are not
you're
getting
just
Wembanyama.
helping. You're just helping and working this team to hopefully be better next year.
Yeah, he's for sure going number one, isn't he?
That
Yeah.
kid's going to
He's a
change
freak.
the league.
He's a
That kid's
freak.
unreal.
He's a freak.
No, and here's my only knock on Victor Wembanyama. When you're fucking 7'7" and can shoot the ball, and the average person's height in basketball is 6'9", you have a fucking 1.5 advantage, guy. Like,
Yeah,
Is
it's
he
like-
7'7"?
he's 7'6".
Jesus fucking Christ.
He's
Like 18 or something.
Yeah,
like
they
that?
said he's as tall as Rudy Gobert,
Oh my god.
and Rudy Gobert's about like 7'3", 7'5", some shit like that. So he's that tall,
And can shoot?
bro.
That kid shoot.
Oh, I've
Giannis
seen some
said,
videos,
Giannis
dude.
said it
Oh my
best.
god.
Giannis said he's as tall as Rudy and can block like Rudy, but shoots the ball like KD.
Oh god.
KD, that's what made KD so successful is like his height, and then he jumps over you. Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
look, because again,
It's a cheat code.
you look at Kevin Durant, and because of his position, you would never believe he's 7 feet tall. You look because again, no 7-footer is playing the 3. You're playing the 4 or the 5.
Yeah.
You play the 3. So when you're up against guys like Giannis like that, and again, Giannis is about 7 feet tall, 6'11". It looks normal, like, oh yeah, odd perimeter player. But if you really think about it, Giannis should be in the fucking, or I'm sorry, not Giannis. Kevin Durant should be in the paint with Rudy Gobert. Like when you really look at it, like dog, like you have no business being this fucking tall playing out on the field. But again, when I talk about Victor Wembanyama like that, the kid's gonna change the league. The kid's going to change because now you're going to see a bunch of 7-foot-plus tall people
My God.
coming in.
Freakishly tall
Yeah,
athletes.
like you're going to
Needs
see
handles,
point
too.
guards living in the paint now. Like, I'm trying to get this board somehow.
It's gonna
some way.
freaking like Attack on Titan meets NBA, you know?
Yeah, for real. Seriously. So that's my Pistons take on that one. Like I said, I don't think the talent is bad. I think it's just the coaching that needs to be adjusted. Listen, I'll be honest with you right now. If I want to throw in a hot take name, keep it close to home.
I swear.
Go recruit Juwan Howard.
I knew I swear you were going with this.
Go recruit Juwan. Because look at what Juwan's doing, man. Like, again, like, he got down there. Like, yes, his kids are playing both in Michigan, and they're both turned out to be fucking stars right now. Jet, the point guard, is the younger son. He's a starter, and first game of the year had a great turnout. I know he's still kind of working through it. The other son, I'm freaking blanking on the fucking name right now. But they're both in the rotation, and they're both doing a really good job. Juwan Howard has turned that Michigan program around. Do I think he'll leave? No, I think he's always wanted to be back in Michigan. Obviously, post Fab Five shit, and he's done that part. So I don't think he'll leave unless it's for a really good opportunity. But that's somebody. If I'm the Pistons, hey, listen, you're already in Ann Arbor. You don't have to relocate. You can keep teaching younger guys like this to keep doing what you're doing. To me, it sounds like a win-win at that point in time. So
We should go and try and recruit Isaiah Thomas back.
Isaiah Thomas, like former Bad Boy Piston? No, absolutely not.
I'd say another name we could try and get is Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, I would take if he becomes available.
Yeah, if
If
Nick
he
Nurse
becomes
becomes available, I think he would be a solid coach. I
I'll
mean,
always say Mark Jackson, especially after what he did with Golden State.
yeah,
I will always say Mark Jackson. The fact
he
that the guy's
needs-
getting blackballed the way how he is nuts.
for no reason, no reason at all.
Yeah, that's that aspect for me. Other basketball news: Kyrie Irving is back after his anti-Semitic statements, and the media is still trying to fuck with him. They asked him fucking, oh, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Dog, come on, you already know the guy does not celebrate American holidays like that. Quit fucking with the guy. The guy already came out and said what he had to say. He apologized a tad bit too late for all of his comments.
Yep.
Evan, I do agree with you from the show last time you guys had it. I was probably one of the only people who thought to myself, and don't kill me for this, I didn't think Kyrie was wrong. I didn't think it was wrong because of what you stated alone. He's standing in his beliefs, right?
Yeah.
How can we knock a guy for standing in his beliefs?
I don't think he's wrong for what he said. I mean, it's the freedom of speech. So I think people.
But again, we've talked about this before too. We've talked about this before, and there's no longer freedom of speech as an employee.
Oh no,
Because-
no.
Because as a journalist myself, I have to be careful of the things I say. I have to be careful of the things that I write on my platforms. Because again, even though I'm independent contractor to the most part, I still represent the people who I am contracted to.
Right.
So again, if I write something, if I say something, yo, I think blank group of people are
Blank.
nuts, right?
Yeah.
Are blank, right? Well, even though I'm independent contractor, I'm a representation of my media outlet. So therefore, at that point in time, I put my media outlet in jeopardy. Same thing with Kyrie. Yes, you're your own individual, which that's been my whole knock with this social media thing ever since it started. The fact that people get held accountable for things they say on their personal platform, to me, is bullshit. Now, if you went on and tagged like
Brooklyn Nets.
yeah, like if Kyrie would have came out and said, yeah, we here at the Brooklyn Nets think this is the greatest film ever put out.
Brooklyn Nets would have been
Hey,
like,
dog, hold
yeah.
on, wait a minute. Time out.
Right. No, I get that. I think to your point, Eric, I think a lot of people have a hard time separating personal and business, right? And it's huge with social media. It gets so convoluted and so, so stained that whatever you say on your personal platform, they could just take that, run with it, and it's like,
It's because of all this, clickbait journalism now.
exactly. It's all clickbait. It's all clickbait.
Blog journalism now, and it
sucks. But we've said it before. Kyrie he's even said it. Basketball is not his number one priority, and I will still stand that fact that I'm glad that he stood up for what he believed in, but he could have went about it a different way.
Yeah, if you would have just came out and said, hey, listen, like this is what I meant by it, I could have probably understood it a little bit better. But even when they were like, when he came out and they told him, hey, go out and have this press conference and apologize, and he still wasn't doing it, right? I'm not mad at his comments where he was like, I can't be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from, right? Kyrie, right before the season started off, did his I Am Athlete interview, and he started talking about how he did his research with his family about where his family history comes from, how he's got indigenous roots. So for me, listening to the interview and watching that interview, I knew what he meant. Like, hey, listen, my tribe is from here, this, and that. These are the things we practice, things on those lines. I knew what he meant. That's probably where it all went left for him, was the fact that he should have just stated, hey, listen, it's not what I meant. This is what I mean. My apologies for the fuck up again. I don't like the fact it took him that long to apologize.
Yeah.
For him getting suspended. Oh, shit, I guess I'm out. Hey, y'all, I'm sorry, this, and that. But I still think to what the Nets were doing to him as well, too. Oh, yeah.
The apology tour that he had to do.
You got to go do this. You got to do that.
I think
that's the fucked up part.
That was huge. And Shannon Sharp brought this up on Undisputed. He says, why...
about bucking, like the bucking thing about it? How they tied it back to like old school times?
Well, like he was just saying, he's like, why are basically, essentially African Americans the only ones that need to apologize or have to go through an apology tour for stating their beliefs?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you.
I agree wholeheartedly. Right? Us being, two white males, obviously there is this, connotation that we have privilege. And yes, I've never personally experienced this privilege, but I may
I was
be.
Gonna fuck with you and say y'all do, but I'm not gonna do that to you.
No, but
not today. I won't do that.
No, but at the same time, like I could have blinders on, and I can maybe not have personally experienced or maybe not acknowledge it, but it could affect me in ways that I don't even realize. I'm open to that, but at the same time, I just feel like that apology tour that Kyrie was on,
excessive.
That was a little excessive, man.
A little?
That was a little excessive.
Again, let's go back to the example that Jeremy brought up earlier. Brett Favre. Hey, I didn't know. I was
stole fucking $5 million.
Hear me out.
I didn't know that was that for.
Right.
Bullshit.
No one explained it to me, this, and that, right? I just want to make my university better, my alma mater better, right? Nobody says shit after that, right? Cool. Oh, yeah, Brett Favre, he apologized, this and that. But again, Kyrie says what he says and has to go on this big-ass apology tour, right? So if you want to call a spade, or, play the same card, hey, what you do wrong, that person's got to do too. All right, cool. If Kyrie's got to go apologize, go learn on some shit, hey, Brett Favre, I want you to go back, do your research, tell me everything, show me all the documentation that states what you did was right, and verify it to me. If we're calling shit fair. But we don't. Just like when fucking the theatric style of blackfacing came out, where people were putting that on, right?
Yeah.
What did people come out with? Oh, that was just theater. We didn't know any other way. No, fuck that. Every single one of you media people should have came out when you realized it was wrong. Hey, yo, you know what? We dropped the ball on that. My bad.
And it's not that hard to apologize. It's not that hard.
Too much pride.
It's the pride thing. Paul, you've been particularly quiet.
I'm listening.
Am I ruffling your feathers or anything?
No.
No? You sure?
No,
I think you have been quiet. And I see you in the corner.
So,
like, this guy's gonna fucking go off on me.
No. The only thing is you can't really compare what Brett Favre did to what Kyrie Irving.
I can challenge that, but go ahead.
You can't. They're two separate situations. One of them stole money. The other one said some remarks. They're two different things.
The reason why I'll challenge that, and just for friendly debate here at this point in time, look at the group that it impacts.
Well, one of them was
Kyrie Irving
homeless.
affects the Jewish community.
Yeah.
Brett Favre affects the African American community down there because the money that was stolen was supposedly from the welfare groups.
Yes.
So then at that point in time, you're still affecting different groups of people. So that's why I say I agree with you. It's different because one's financial, the other one is not, but it still affects two groups of individuals. So
no, I'm not saying it's not. It's just, it's two apples and oranges, two different, kind of similar, but kind of different.
You could look at it both ways. You could look at it, you could look at it from Eric's way, you could look at it from Paul's way.
Both of them is still, I mean.
Yeah, I think right, like I think.
Both situations are fucked.
Yeah.
Right, I think Brett Favre's thing is obviously like you were
You knew.
You were legit. You were legit.
You knew.
You were legit. You were legit fucking with people's livelihood.
Yes.
Like you're messing with people's lives. Kyrie Irving said some remarks. Yes, obviously, I will never deny the fact that what he said was horrible. But you are saying
it's horrible.
you are saying words. It's not a life or death situation. Brett Favre is dealing with people's lives. I'll just leave it at that.
I think what also too that what enhanced the whole Kyrie situation was when Kanye did his whole bullshit about anti-Semitism too.
I think
Kanye
they
did
fed.
for
I think they fed
enhanced-
into each other.
That enhanced.
I'll
what
agree with
people
that.
Thought about Kyrie too.
I'll agree with that. It's just the timing was bad, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
timing for
yeah.
both. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there really is no good time for comments like that.
Right,
But
So I
right.
think it was like the week Kanye did his shit. I think it was like the week after.
it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks later.
And
It's
then
like, bro.
Kyrie came out, but the same kind of
Dog,
situation.
come the fuck
So that's why I think people took the Kyrie thing way
Yeah.
worse because of what Kanye did. So I think that's what Kyrie didn't get a fair rep out of that one because of Kanye.
Yeah.
So,
Real quick, I know I talked to you guys about it. This is back when the Lakers and the Nets were still having their issues as far as like roster wise.
Yeah.
Lakers have done better. Evan, you owe Russell Westbrook an apology for saying that him coming off the bench was a terrible move. That shit has
Yeah,
fucking,
that's
worked out for them.
It's worked out. He
Go
has.
ahead, I'll wait for. I'm sorry.
He
You too, Paul. You're a Lakers fan too. I think I heard some shit from you too.
So I think
I
like
mean-
him in that 6-man role, Lakers were getting calls about
think
him.
he's gonna be a 6-man a year.
sorry.
Yeah, I think that
Lo
think-
siento.
Pobrecito.
right. But no, I think it's working out. Obviously, you got LeBron coming back from injury, so that's going to be huge. But you know, with Lakers are Lakers, man. It's
LeBron also repping Michigan yesterday too.
Was he? No, he wasn't. He was Ohio State, wasn't he?
No, he was repping Michigan. He had on Michigan hoodie yesterday.
Well, probably because he knows that his Ohio State team is trash this year. But
Blake Corum is actually
did they give him the flag?
he's in for today.
Okay.
Then
Well, he
there's-
ain't gonna miss that game.
Yeah.
no.
He's gonna fucking win.
Michigan and Ohio State players, this is the game that you
Could
go
have
to
a
these
broken
schools.
leg, and I'm going to try and play.
Yeah, this is the game that you get all hyped up for. So he's gonna go
1,000%.
My hot take for the Lakers.
Now they're 8.5. Holy crap.
Oh shit! It keeps going up.
Hmm.
My hot take for the Lakers and the Nets at that point in time when we initially were talking about it through text message, I told you guys I had a little hot take as far as like how to fix it up. It's not a reunion people want, but if you look at the draft, if you look at the draft for the next couple of years, who's got the most draft picks? You have between Oklahoma City and Houston are the team with the two highest amount of first round draft picks, right? Fam. Oklahoma does not want to continue to be a rebuilding team. If I am the Lakers and the Nets, I'm trading Russell and KD back to fucking Oklahoma. Get the draft picks. If I'm the Lakers, I'll give you Russell Westbrook. Give me fucking 3 draft picks because that's gonna take up cap space right there. You have to make room for that, and then I'll give you Russell Westbrook for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You want a young point guard to kind of help out? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's having a fucking year right now.
Yes, he is.
He's having a
He's
year
putting up
right
like
now.
Steph Curry numbers.
Yes. So if I'm the Lakers, give me fucking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 3 of your draft picks, right? If I'm Brooklyn, dog, I'll give you KD.
Ben Simmons.
I give you the roster, dog. We ain't got shit. We ain't got nobody out here. I'll give you the fucking roster for the rest of the draft picks. At that point in time, then again,
Oklahoma City would never.
no, they're smart. They're smart to say
And plus,
no.
they got the Twin
but-
Towers still, don't they?
Which Twin
Oh,
Towers?
Chet,
Yeah.
he's out.
Oh,
Chet's out for the season because he fucking was playing pro-am and LeBron fucked up his foot. Oh my God, who else has a Twin Tower thing? Oh, another disappointing team in my opinion. Or at least something's probably will happen during trade deadline. Don't be surprised in Minnesota if you see Cat get traded.
He just signed
I
that
don't-
extension.
Huh?
You
I
just
don't
signed
give
him?
a fuck. You have fucking
Yeah, Gobert.
you have Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. What I've seen in the league for the past couple of years, when people try to do this big Twin Tower thing, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins in New Orleans didn't work out. You're seeing it happen again here in Minnesota. Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. It should work out because Karl's more of a power forward, but it ain't working out. Why? Because Anthony Edwards is not getting his touches now. Cat and Anthony Edwards have tension now, obviously with that whole fucking Popeye's chicken thing that was said. Jeremy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I have no idea.
yeah. So earlier in the season, the Timberwolves had a bad loss, right? And they were talking about
okay.
they were talking about Anthony Edwards, leadership, like, oh, what's this, and that, and he and Karl Anthony Towns, pretty much called him out and said, yo, like, you guys think him eating Popeye's chicken all the time is fucking funny. It's not. It's doing harm to his body, and that's why he's playing like shit. Paraphrasing here to a degree. Not necessarily those are the
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But Anthony Edwards, this is his team now. So Anthony Edwards now, he's on a mission now. Like, he wants to prove everybody wrong. But the things I'm hearing and seeing, Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns are not liking each other right now. It ain't gonna work out. And again, there's more of a bonding report now between Ant-Man and Gobert. So now, if your two guys are leaving the third guy out,
Yeah.
he gotta go. I still think Karl Anthony Towns to fucking Portland helps them out.
That would be a
But
nice.
Portland don't have nobody there, and Damian Lillard is only there for another 2 years, 1 year after this year's up because he signed that extension.
No,
It was a 2-year extension, I thought.
It was a 2-year extension. Yeah.
But it goes into effect next year. Okay, so you got Damian Lillard for another 3 years. That's if he doesn't have to get traded. So,
Surprised he hasn't already.
Yeah.
you guys want to get into entertainment news? Has everyone seen Black Panther?
I have not.
You haven't. It's been 2 weeks.
He's had a baby.
Oh yeah,
That's true. I forgot.
Can't do nothing.
I keep forgetting that. We started
Oh,
like, yeah,
man.
baby, fucking
No,
baby daddy.
I was
Right, you ain't seen Black Panther yet?
I had tickets for the Saturday, the day after it released, and then
Is that when Baby Boy was? Oh shit!
it was like a few days, but we were still in the hospital.
Did you name him Namor?
Yes. Yes.
In honor of me not being able to see this movie.
No, I named him T'Challa. Yeah.
All right, entertainment news. Evan, go ahead. You lead the way.
I think that was it. I loved
You guys
Okay.
want to talk about it? I don't give a shit. I'm just,
I will-
Smile movie. That was terrible.
yeah.
It was?
I didn't see it.
Terrible.
It's on Paramount Plus now, and I have Paramount Plus for a few more months, or for another month. So
Garbage.
yeah, it looked bad. Like, it looked creepy. Don't get me wrong, but at the same point in time, it wasn't anything I was like.
Y'all gonna see that new that new Santa movie? with
Oh,
dude-
fuck.
Violent Night?
Yeah.
No.
I'll wait for that one to hit streaming services too.
No, I'm not wasting my time with that.
There's
I
some
still
of
want to
that-
see that Winnie the Pooh movie, Blood and Honey.
I think that's next year. I think that's
Next
next
year?
So
year, yeah.
I
stupid.
can't wait.
I'm not watching that.
Apparently, they're doing a dark, twisted version of The Wizard of Oz now. I just saw somebody.
It's already dark and twisted. So we want
No.
more?
It's going to be like an actual horror
Oh,
movie.
shit.
Yeah.
Another
What do you
one.
mean another one? There's The Wizard of Oz with Dorothy and all them, and then they did The Wiz. I've never seen a fucking horror version of The Wizard of Oz.
Kind of cool.
You call that horror? That's Snow White, by the way.
Oh, is that Snow White? Oh,
Yeah.
Dog.
no.
So Black Panther.
Yeah,
all right.
respect Black Panther.
All right. How do we want to break this down? Obviously, Paul.
I don't care about spoilers. Go ahead. I don't
You
give a
don't
shit.
care.
Are you
All right.
sure?
I really don't care. I've seen a lot on TikTok already, so just go ahead, dude. I really don't care.
All right, Evan, you want to go? No fangirl aspect.
No, I don't want to say no fangirl aspect. I was just obviously they did. I think they did a really good job remembering.
Shuri is the new Black Panther. Right?
Shuri is.
I kind of figured that because of the comics.
Yeah. So I like how they did a good memorial to Chadwick. It was very emotional in the beginning, and then they have like the Marvel opening. It was all Black Panther. I thought that was a really nice touch.
Was the whole movie like a dedication to him? Or
No, it was
just-
probably the first 20 minutes.
You have the first 20 minutes, like the opening aspect of the movie is the memorial aspect. They implement it, like, you kind of like sprinkle it in at certain points in the movie, and then obviously the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie is another memorial. So it's they do parts in the movie to kind of like make sure you don't forget, like, hey, this was supposed to be about T'Challa, Chadwick, but for the most part, it is still a new beginning of the Black Panther phase.
How was Namor?
Namor was a badass.
Fucking loved
Namor became.
Now, is he the main villain?
Yes,
he is.
Spoiler alert: there is no plot line, at least that was announced in the movie. Even post-credit scene, there's only one post-credit scene.
Doctor Doom.
They don't touch on Doctor Doom.
And but Doctor Doom was in the. I've seen the post-credit of Doctor Doom.
I heard a rumor that they cut him out because they have
Really?
later plans for him. So.
Oh, I didn't see that.
There was like a post I saw on TikTok. There was like a post-credit of Doctor Doom. They revealed his face.
Yeah, so that's probably why they cut it out for later plans that they're gonna try and do something.
Yeah, and
Because I heard a rumor before the movie came out that Doctor Doom was going to be like the actual villain.
So that was the initial like leaked report that like he was supposed to be the guy who sent the Marines or whoever down to the ocean to go find this other source of vibranium. But obviously they didn't at that point in time they didn't touch on it in the movie.
Yeah, Namor was.
And
Namor's shit.
Namor's supposed to be an anti-hero though. He's not supposed to be.
Yes,
just a villain.
he is an anti-hero. They portrayed him as an anti-hero and they did it well. You saw that, like, hey, he basically said, hey, I got to protect my people. If you're not with me, then you're against me. That's essentially.
You pretty much got the vibe of like he is. It's supposed to be Atlantis, but obviously with the DC shit recently with Aquaman, they changed it to Talocan, which again the roots of that comes from Mesoamerica, which is Mexico and parts of Central America. So you kind of got the vibe that he is Talocan's version of Black Panther. Because you think about when Black Panther first came out, right? The world doesn't know we exist. We keep to ourselves. We have all this technology, and we have someone who protects us, right?
It's the same thing.
Talocan and Namor. So,
where would you rank him
in regards to what, like,
as far as like hierarchy of
for me, based just off of his, Latino and Hispanic representation alone, he's in one of my top spots.
Yeah.
Just because I think like what Ryan Coogler did with this movie, did the research about, Mesoamerica, how the Spanish colonizers came in and really fucked up the land and really took it, like changed it. The guy did his research. And in regards to representation, I know the actor who plays Namor is getting a lot of flack. A lot of people are saying that, it should have been somebody of like lighter skin, things along those lines. But if you really think about Namor, the actual comic book, where Atlantis is at, that's more Pacific Islander. So the fact that they got somebody to fill that role and then they did it the right way by giving the Mesoamerican background, I think the guy did a phenomenal job.
I think he did.
I think they did a great fucking job with giving another group of colored people good representation.
Now, before the movie, do you guys know about Namor?
I did.
I did not.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a little bit about
So Namor
is the first comic.
the first, like 1920s.
He's the first technically the first Marvel character ever.
It was when they were Atlas comics.
Yep.
So he's on the same like power scale in the comics, at least. I don't know how they're gonna do it in MCU, but in the comics, he's on the same like level as Hulk.
They do address that. They do address that in the movie. Like, what's the guy's name? M'Baku.
Yeah.
The big, strong dude. Yeah, he goes to punch him, and then he gets punched back. And then when they have this point where like they're moving the people to the Jabari Mountains, and he brings it up, he goes, "We're fighting a guy who's as strong as the Hulk."
Yeah.
So they do
That's
address.
good. That's
they
good.
do address that.
Because in the comics, he goes toe to toe with the Hulk.
I thought M'Baku was gonna die after that punch.
Bro, I thought so too.
I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah, he in the comics at least he goes toe to toe with the Hulk several times.
Yeah.
And
now that's what I'm hoping.
Sometimes he wins, sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm hoping after this new segment of phases that they're doing, like phase 4, 5, and 6.
Because they're on 5 now.
They're now starting
second,
5.
yeah.
Ant-Man's going to be the beginning of phase 5, and we're getting our first introduction to Kang the Conqueror, which is going to be fucking dope.
Jonathan Majors is fucking awesome.
Dude, he's everywhere.
Have you seen him
In
for this
Creed?
movie?
Oh, dude.
Dog.
I
was like,
jacked.
Because he was in that HBO show, what is it, Lovecraft Country, I believe it's called?
Yes.
That's where a lot of people got their first...
Oh, that show's amazing.
I haven't watched it, but I know that's where a lot of people got their first little touch of him. And don't get me wrong, he's a taller dude and he's already big. But when I saw him for the crew
Dude,
trailer,
Chisel.
I said,
Straight
like,
up
dog,
chisel.
this guy's a fucking monster.
He's a unit.
This guy's a fucking
He's a
monster.
unit.
And plus, he wanted to get that jack for Kane too. I think.
So what I'm really hoping, what I was going to say was, because you talk about these characters fighting each other, right? Now that Marvel pretty much has all their acquisitions back from all these other movie companies, I'm hoping now we can start getting live action side stories. So what I mean by that is like an hour and a half, 2-hour movie of Wolverine versus Hulk. Like a live action movie about building up to this fight with these two guys. Same thing like with, like all the shit that you would read in the comic books, like whenever they get to the point where they're going to introduce like Ghost Rider in the MCU. When they introduce Venom into the MCU, like there's beefs of Ghost Rider and Venom at some point in time. So I'm hoping
Punisher and Spider-Man.
Yes, I'm hoping that at some point in time, because you can only make so many movies and make them so climactic, right? I think we're gonna get to that phase very, very fast because of how fast things are going with the TV and the movie shit. I really think that after this phase, this may be some of the last shit we see with Marvel for a while. So now when Marvel comes out, I want to see these little side stories. I want to see the Wolverine and the Hulk.
Well, yeah, they just released the holiday the Guardians holiday special.
I haven't seen it yet. I forgot that came out yesterday.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yesterday. So.
But then we don't got nothing until February.
Yep, February, Valentine's Day weekend is when Ant-Man comes out.
And after that, I think it's summer for
Well, depending on what TV shit they put out too, because they haven't.
So there's something come out in like spring or summer. I think that's the next one.
I think the Marvels.
Yeah.
Marvels will be the next one out. So you'll have.
Is Phase 5 with the Thunderbolts? Or is it 6?
I think it's the end of Phase 5. Because
6 is the start of the Avengers one.
Well, that's how it ends.
Ends, yeah.
There's
gonna be
two
two
Avengers movies. You have
And 6.
Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. That will be the conclusion to this thing. They haven't announced anything in the middle. What you do have coming out this year, Secret Invasion is the TV show with Nick Fury that's coming
that's
out.
Gonna be sweet.
That is this year as well also. Yeah.
Wait, no, that's gonna be next year. Everything,
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, 2024.
Well, everything starts next year. Yeah.
Well, I meant this year thinking like
Yeah.
I think worst case scenario 2024 because all these phases may take up at least.
Well, shit got moved back too because they had to switch
Pandemic
around
and all
some
that,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it doesn't get moved back again.
it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Werewolf at Night?
I did, yes. I
That's
need
pretty
to rewatch it. From what I saw, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little Halloween story. And then again, I think that's kind of what you're going to see with some of these other characters now is instead of extending this whole thing to like 6 to 10 episode series, you're going to see, hey, here's a special. It's introducing a new set of characters.
It should do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you still have season 2 of Moon Knight coming, which
Can't
I think
wait.
is.
Oh,
I don't know. Y'all know my debate with that one.
You are
I'm not a hater. Just I felt like it was like all over the place. That was my whole issue with it. And again, obviously considering the context of the character,
the way it ended though was so fucking dope.
Yeah, the ending was great.
So dope.
The first episode was good. Maybe the first 2 episodes were good. The last episode was great. It was those 5 in the middle. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Right? What is going on?
Did you watch Miss Marvel?
I did. I actually liked Miss Marvel.
I'm sorry.
I liked
I'm
it.
still waiting on
Slow.
the wife.
It's super slow.
Yeah.
Super
This is a
slow.
kids Marvel
Yeah.
show that I'm just like,
Yeah, but it was a nice touch of it being like a coming of age story. Because again, like.
And it was
If you all love
beautifully
Spike-
done though. Like
Yeah,
the
if you all
visuals.
love
Yeah,
Spider-Man, like the first Spider-Man, like what was it, Homecoming? It's a coming of age story. So if you can love Spider-Man, I don't know why you're hating on Miss Marvel. It's a coming of age.
No, the
story.
way the visuals in that show though, I will give them it was beautifully done.
I don't like the fact they they changed her to a mutant instead of her being an Inhuman, but I don't think Marvel wants shit to do with the Inhumans. They try that shit like 2 or 3 different times and no one fucks with it.
So Miss Marvel was the first time they actually said
Mutant.
Yes. And they dropped the little
They dropped
X-Men.
it.
Yep.
and they dropped another mutant line in Black Panther as well.
Yes. Cool. Again,
Who?
Namor.
Namor.
Yeah.
Because
He's not
Namor
a fucking
actually
mutant.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He is not a
Comic
mutant.
book history
Is
states
he?
that he is the first mutant.
Okay.
Fact check that, Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause they had him going back to like the 15th century, so he's been around
1500s. Yep.
1500s. Yeah, like when his mom got sick, and then
Yeah, because they talk about when the Spanish conquistadors come to Mexico and like take over that land.
and how he just fucks everybody up. I will get it, man. He was a great anti-hero. What'd you think of, what'd you guys think of Shuri as Black Panther? But I will say,
Her costume looked dope.
The costume
that
good.
Killmonger scene, though.
Well, thanks for ruining it for him.
I don't care.
I was trying not to get to that.
So
point,
Killmonger is in it. Is he like help her or something?
He has a small role.
He has a small role.
I'll leave it at that.
Is he getting his costume?
No.
What I'll tell you about the costume is it's a fusion of both. There's silver on it, and then there's gold on it too. After the scene with Killmonger, I kind of understand why it's both colors in one. I'll leave it at that.
Is he like an advisory role to her or something like that?
You could say that.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
What I will say, Angela Bassett deserves a fucking Oscar for that part with Oyoke.
Oh, yeah.
Dog. When she went off talking about what she's sacrificed, I got fucking chills. I was like, oh.
No, she's goat.
No, she's good.
I've been watching her for years.
She's goat.
No one's saying that, right? She is she's in the top of like her peers, right? I don't think she just gets the recognition she deserves, obviously, as the years have gone on. But I'm saying, if you could give someone an Oscar for like even just a scene, like, hey, this is the best, bro, that got it, because I walked out, I was like, man, I felt like I got scolded by my own mom. I was like, holy shit.
She went full mom mode.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
So
I've
must
already
see.
seen it twice.
Yeah, must see.
And I'm down for a third time.
Oh, there you go.
Must see. So, fellas,
Running tight on time here, but we want to get into our
let's get into the picks.
Good pick.
Let's get into the picks.
recap of everything.
Jeremy.
Tangents on today.
Yeah.
So who leads the way? You? Wow, the one year I'm not here. The 1 year I'm not here.
That's a hell of a record, though, man. Oregon's at Oregon State. I'm gonna go with Oregon as well.
Bo Nix, man.
Oregon versus Oregon State. Are they ranked by any chance or no?
9 at 21.
9 Oregon.
Oregon.
USC is gonna destroy them. That quarterback's a monster in USC.
Are they at Notre Dame? Oh, give me USC.
Yeah, Calcium did.
Washington to repeat. USA. Wow.
I was debating on an upset this one.
Nah, dude.
Big game.
Michigan.
Yeah.
We're doing score too?
We'll do score on this. I'll take Michigan too.
I'll take Michigan.
Who you going with, Jeremy? Don't you dare fucking say it.
I swear.
I think he is because he's got his Baker Mayfield Browns jersey on, or
So
hoodie
one
on.
time of the year I do.
Smart man. All right, scores, Paul.
28-20.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let me look.
Holy shit.
28-24. Michigan.
Evan's looking up scores. I'll take. I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to be close. Give me 21 to. Give me 21 to 14. Touchdown.
I'll say.
A lot of defense. These guys are not going to let each other score.
We were better defense in the year though.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna say 34.
Damn, you're going high.
you're really giving them the benefit of the doubt.
No. 31-28.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm doing 28-20.
31-28. It's gonna be a dogfight.
By a field goal? Oh, brave.
Jake Moody, man. He's our savior.
Who's that goat?
Jake.
What did you say? What was your score?
21-14.
21-14.
I'll probably be way off on that.
Hey, you never know.
Bengals and Titans? Titans. Derrick Henry might run them all over him.
I was about to say Joe Mixon is out. He's coming back this game?
There's still no
I'm gonna-
offensive line for fucking Joe Burrow.
I'm gonna go with the Titans on that one. Titans.
How many times has Joe Burrow been sacked this year? Do we know?
Many.
Bro, isn't that what you went and hired an offensive line for this year? Like, yeah, protect him. That failed. You know, I'll take the under on this one. Give me the Bengals. I feel that they'll pull it off. Eric Henry is one man with the body of three.
Legit.
Right.
Commanders.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders on this one. Heineke is he's
Commanders
rolling,
has been rolling.
but Heineke needs to actually play well.
And I think,
Their
isn't
def-
Chase Young back too?
I think he might be back.
Commanders and who you said? Falcons. Yeah, Commanders have actually been playing fairly well this year. Give me the Commanders. The Durs. The Durs.
The Washington Durs.
The Monday night.
Give me
Who's
Colts.
Sunday night?
Oh my god! If we're going with that, I don't want either. I don't like either one.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Colts.
They're at this. They're at the Colts. Steelers are at the Colts.
You're asking them too many questions.
Philly.
Give me Philly.
But
I don't know. Y'all is shit a brick though. If Aaron Rodgers pulled that off and fuck the Eagles up.
no, I'm gonna go with Steelers.
Who was the quarterback for the Colts this year? It was Carson Wentz.
Matt Ryan.
And he's benched.
He's benched.
Bucks the backup.
Oh, some no-name dude.
Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Steelers just because of their defense.
Steelers have who? Mitchell Trubisky and who else? Oh,
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Hey, at least they have two options for quarterback. Fucking Colts, you got fucking some old guy who blew the Super Bowl. So,
Still take Colts. Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
yikes.
You're still here. It's over.
That'll do it. All right,
wrap.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Speak Your Piece. Once again, thank you guys for joining me. Eric, good to have you back, my brother.
Always.
So, got my awesome co-host with Eric Guzman, Paul Shapiro, and Jeremy Bryant, who is off camera here, but he's been doing a great
Thank
job
you for the chair, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
rocking the board.
Excuse me?
I wasn't gonna go there, but all right, I guess we went there. Make sure you guys are following us on all social media platforms. Instagram, you got Speak Your Piece _313. I know, right?
Sound it out.
Facebook and YouTube, Speak Your Piece. TikTok, Speak Your Piece _podcast. Well, I inhale this fucking microphone and sniff some shit. But making sure that you guys are looking at us at iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you guys find your podcast out. And of course, guys, we got to end with something, right? Let's do it. Peace.
Again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
All right.
Peace! I figured that's what you were.